your picture in the middle of a group with hundreds of other little young witches that ain't got no guidance and they just hasting. Honey, women, y'all, sitting here saying, drive him into hell. May he pay for what it is that he did to her. Even if you just made a simple mistake.
Look at all these women engaged.
See, you take that shit and off your body. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off your body. Remove all of that shit. Get it off. Get it off. Cut off. Get it off. Get it off. Take it off. Get it off. Get it off. I'm having a big attack. Have to hang up on 911.
So what I saw was a globe-like thing. What do you call it? Like a crystal ball, round ball, and it sat with a Baphomet under it, and it had this black shit inside, like you can shake it, and it had a plug. You know what? I was like, bro, that's it. Now I'm about to whoop somebody's ass. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell the truth now on Real Life Street Stars.
Exclusive.
Well, this is what happened.
Have men been conditioned to worship women? What can we learn about goddess worship and the phenomena as it relates to not only witchcraft, but controlling power as it relates to masculinity? We will explore in this show if goddess worship leads to simping.
Has a very Six is cosplaying, right? She cosplays as Erykah Badu. She cosplays as a Wakandan, and she's cosplaying as a man. She wants to be a man. So her voice is not really feminine. It's making an attempt to be domineering. And she already has like this raspy voice, like sir, and her voice was annoying me, Obsidian. I don't like talking to women like this. The other cackling hens at the bottom, Lady Mogulette and Kay, Island Girl Q she's cool. You know, she's cool, and Courtney were cool. They were being neutral, but the other two cackling hens, they were already annoying me with their lack of femininity. And then here comes this crazy woman. She's saying, "Sir, why are you doing this?" She's talking in this annoying tone,
exactly what she's doing.
And that's why I lost it. I lost it because, in my opinion, I shouldn't even been speaking to her in the first place. But because I was on this panel, I spoke to her. But women like her in real life, I avoid. I walk across the street because I don't want nothing to do with them.
It's a non-FBA hairline.
Hold up.
I don't know why I added you. That hairline says it all.
That hairline, yada. You live in a bad.
So I knew from day you're definitely not American.
Okay? Hold on, man. Hold on.
No, I wouldn't put that as non-American.
Wait.
You came from
Chaotic, where are you from?
I hate you.
From
I hate you. So I'm trying to understand what a non-FBA hairline looks like. I'm almost scared to ask.
Well, Obsidian, again, you're 11-year-old man in the elevator gets on there. We're in the elevator, and out of her mouth, and I'll never forget it, verbatim, she says, "Oh, you just gonna ignore me?" And the guy on the elevator, instead of minding his business, he says, "Man, what you do to her, man?" Now think about a Pookie. Now think about if I would have been like a Pookie. A Pookie would have said, "Hey, nigga, who you talking to?" And probably would have been a shootout in there. And this is what I'm saying: women will do things like that. So that I learned years ago, man. You don't even talk to these types of women if they're combative, if they're lacking femininity, because they will put you in these situations, man. Of course, I'm not a Pookie, so I didn't say nothing to the guy. I'm like, pretty much like, mind your business. But imagine like a real hood street dude, and some random dude says something to him about his girl. See, and this is what I'm saying. Women play a lot of these women who are practicing. I know you don't want to talk about it, but practicing this witchcraft, they know how to manipulate events.
Yeah,
she wants the chaos. At that time in the elevator, the girl I was with probably wanted to assault me. but she knows she's not physically strong enough. So she's thinking, well, let me say something to see if that dude and him will fight each other. When women are like, that's how they are.
Get another guy to let me walk through him fight.
Good street dude, and some random dude said something to him about his girl. See, and this is what I'm saying. Women play a lot of these women who are practicing. I know you don't want to talk about it, but practicing this witchcraft, they know how to manipulate events. Yeah, she wants the chaos. At that time in the elevator, the girl I was with probably wanted to assault me, and particularly the black community. Six, the goddess, and a lot of black women have a lot of simps, from the ugliest of black women to the prettiest. They have a lot of simps. A lot of men who don't value themselves as men, who don't realize their existential nature within the universe. They don't realize that they're the superior animal on the planet, being a man. So they acquiesce to women. So Six has been getting that all her life. She doesn't know anything about me, so she's probably shocked that a person like myself, she probably thinks I'm ugly. I don't really care what she thinks. She's probably shocked that, wow, why isn't Chaotic simping for me like most men do?
Then, like everything else that black men have ever done, bitches infiltrated it. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Bitches infiltrated it. You had all these pro-black brothers, and pro-black bitches showed up out of nowhere. And guess who started running the pro-black space? The bitches. Then you started having these Manosphere niggas. And guess what happened to the Manosphere space? The bitches came and started running y'all. I laugh at y'all. I blame every one of y'all for the Courtney Michelle's. I blame every one of y'all for the Six the Goddess. I blame every one of y'all for the Michi X's. I blame every one of y'all for these bitches running y'all. Because they know no matter where you go, all they gotta do is put pussy in there and it'll fuck up whatever you built.
Fire! Kosherclinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.
All right, guys, we're going to get into it on tonight. We're going to be talking about a phenomenon that's been taking place not only in this space, but also as it relates to relationships. Consistent with theology, it says that stubbornness is to idolatry and rebellion is to the sin of witchcraft. It appears that some modern women are not only rebellious, regardless of their race, but they're also consistent with witchcraft. And you might say, what is witchcraft? Well, witchcraft is rebellion because witchcraft wants power. Frederick Douglass said it better than me. He said that power never conceded to anything without a struggle. It never have, and it never will. Some of you men are giving your power away because you concede to the feminine instead of standing in masculine principles. Some of you men worship women instead of leading women. And while there's nothing wrong with loving a woman, we all love them. Women are beautiful and women are great. You lose your power when you simp. You lose your power when you give that woman your light. You lose your power when you see that woman is greater. You lose your power because you forget that you are the first fruit of God's creation. You are, or you were here before her. She was made for you, but you give your power away because you are a victim of goddess worship. Get your pens and paper ready, guys. I'm about to drop some fire for your mind on tonight. Let's do it. Some of you men are losing your power because you are simping. You love women more than you love your purpose. We're going to show you on tonight how women use witchcraft not only through your body, but through hexes, incantations, and also through lust. Enjoy. All right, guys, we're going to get into it on tonight, and I'm not going to be for you long. We're going to have a great show on tonight, and I count it an honor to be back in the house on tonight because Dr. Ron Neal was in here on last night, and we talked about power, but also you got to understand how power is distributed and also how power works in relationships. There's been a lot of consternation, guys, here lately in these spaces about men and masculinity. And we're going to show how there are some, and shout out to all the good sisters, because you know who you are. But there are some women that use goddess worship, which leads to simping. Some of you men are complicit in giving women your light, as I said before earlier, and you love the woman more than you love your purpose as a man. And as I said before earlier, it's nothing wrong with giving a woman compliments. There's nothing wrong with seeing a woman is beautiful. It's something we all struggle with because men and women were optimized to be synchronized. But it becomes a problem, guys, when you lose what your power is and lose what your worth is based on the allure of a woman. All the great patriarchs of the past, including Samson, David, and great men of the past, have lost their allure and their power based on the allure of a woman. When you give a woman your light and when you praise her, what you're doing in the clinical, you are feeding that narcissistic supply. And many people might not be bona fide narcissists because we all have narcissistic traits, including myself, if we're not careful. But when you keep praising a woman and keep lifting a woman up, and when you keep trying to make that woman be more than what she really is, then what you're doing, you are complicit and guilty of idol worship. Idol worship is when you aggrandize a woman or a man above the creator. Idol worship is when you look at a woman and you praise her. And consistent with the great teacher Paul, he said behind every idol is a demonic spirit. So when you call out women or men based on their name, like supreme or great or God or goddess or supreme, on a subconscious level, you are basically venerating that person to the level of an idol. And if there's a spirit behind that person, then you're complicit in idolatry. Now listen, I understand that the 5%ers and of earth and gods, I understand that they consider themselves to be gods. So I'm not talking about them. I don't ascribe to that. But in general, when you call a man supreme, when you call a woman God or a diva, that's all tied to goddess worship because it's tied into narcissism. And some of these women, guys, are using witchcraft. They're using witchcraft to control you. They're using it through their body. They're using it through lust. They're using it through words. They're using through shaming language, and they're using through a myriad of things, guys, because witchcraft is tied to rebellion, and idolatry is based on stubbornness. And some of these women might not be conscious of what they're doing. They might not be doing it intentionally, but they are. Because rebellion goes against order. Rebellion goes against structure. And what you've seen manifest here lately in these spaces is this, guys. I need you to listen. From the violent assault on Anton and the Lapif network, in many of these men's spaces, whether they're Manosphere or they are adjacent to the Manosphere, is about rebellion and some of these women challenging men and telling men how to run their channels. You should never have to tell a man how to run his channel. Those men, Lapif, built their channel on their own principles. Whether you like it or not, those men built that channel on their own principles. But consistent with the spirit of Jezebel is this, guys. Jezebel always preys on weak men. And Jezebel was tied to goddess worship because goddess worship sees itself above men, and goddess worship goes against order because goddess worship is rebellion. If you are a patriarch, you understand that God is order. And masculinity is order and structure, something that we don't have now. But the problem with modern men, guys, is this, and this more or less impedes or impact you in a psychological way. You give your power away too much because you don't understand what your worth is. You continue to praise and give women your attention. They don't give a darn about you. They just use you. And they get your light because they know that you don't have any value. And every time you give a woman your free light without making her earn that light, then you're telling that woman that she's greater than you. You're telling that woman that she's better than you. You're telling that woman that only thing she got to do is have a big butt and a smile. And as Bishop Charles E. Williams said, y'all ain't going to talk to me. But, you know, we all are victims of the allure of a woman because, as I said, I love women. It's nothing like a beautiful, curvy woman. But see, when you look at a woman only for her physicality, you become a slave to her beauty instead of becoming a slave to your purpose and becoming a slave to your mission. And even though she might be beautiful on the outside, when you look at her heart and her core, she's a wicked woman. You'll see the darkness inside that woman instead of seeing the light and the beauty of femininity. And so some of you men have become mesmerized by the shapes and the curves of a woman. You've been mesmerized by her blinking her eyes. You've been mesmerized by her hypnotic words. You've been mesmerized by the curvature of her shape. You've been mesmerized by many times women don't give a damn about you, but you continue to praise that woman because you have a low self-esteem and you don't understand your worth. The woman was made for the man, and the God spark is in the man, not the woman. The seed of man has power. The woman cannot make a child unless she has the seed of man. Now, some women that espouse God's worship, they'll say this. They'll say that the woman creates the child or the life, but she doesn't. The seed of the man is the God spark because the X and the Y chromosome determines the sex of a child. The man's seed is the money, and the woman's womb is the bank. And while the money needs the bank is nothing without the money, because the money gives the bank identity. And as Bishop Charles E. Williams said once again, y'all ain't gonna talk to me. You men need to understand this, that there are two types of men in the world. Some men have the spirit of Ahab, which is a simp, but some have the spirit of Jehu, which is a man. Masculinity stands on principles. Masculinity is predicated in discipline. Masculinity does not get concerned or is concerned about a woman's body or figure, because you understand and know that as a man, when you can ground yourself, when you know what your worth is, you understand and know that you can get a woman from any country or any topography or demographic. You're not mesmerized by a woman alone because you know that the God spark is in the seed of man. And when you can understand and know that the God spark is in the seed of man, then you're not worried about woman. You love your woman, you protect your woman, but you all do it within reason. Because see, when you love a woman, man, more than you love yourself, you become a slave to her narcissism instead of becoming a slave to your purpose. When you become a slave to your purpose, as you become a slave to the law of the Creator, then you are in synchronicity with God and the universe instead of being in synchronicity with her feelings. When you're in synchronicity with her feelings, then you lose your power. You lose your power when you're in synchronicity with her feelings. That's why many men, when they fall in love, and I say fall in love, they become vulnerable. When men fall in love, they give a woman power. And I told you, men, you have to love her within reason. I'm not telling you not to love your woman, but love your woman within reason. Because see, love is just a feeling and an emotion that goes away. It's like the wind, just like the nature of a woman. Women are very mercurial. They're very whimsical. They can love you today and they can turn it off tomorrow. Women are like cats and men are like dogs. Women, they come and go as they feel, but that dog is always by your side, because what's going to happen, guys, when you stand in your purpose, you understand that the kingdom is coming to the dogs. The kingdom is coming to the dogs when men can band together and lay aside our petty differences. The kingdom is coming to the dogs when men understand how much power that they really have. The kingdom is coming to the dogs when men understand and know that they have power, and their power is predicated in their ability to be disciplined. We're about to get into the rabbit hole on tonight. We're going to have a great show, guys. Get the likes up, share this stream, because some of you men are victims of godless worship. And that godless worship, guys, is tied into witchcraft. I want to give a special thanks to El Guapo of Beautiful Lies. We're going to break down his show that he did on witchcraft. And shout out to Ramil Amir. I'm going to break down his show as well. And we're going to talk about this Yanni phenomenon, their assault on Lapeef and trying to boycott Lapeef. And what this means as we move forward is men. Because there are some men that are trying to attack what men are doing. There are some that are trying to attack heteronormative masculinity. And some of this, guys, is tied to witchcraft. Let me read some of these super chats real quick, and I appreciate you guys showing love on tonight. Shout out to my man, Art Prophet Music. He said, at Real Talk, Yanni, these women are real life witches. Only men of God are fitted for battle. Being and so-called alpha ain't gonna cut it. No doubt, man. I appreciate it, brother.
That's a bet,
that's
right?
A deal,
that's
right?
a deal, right?
Thank
That's a deal, right?
Music. Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland. He said, great show last night. Dr. Neal spelled it well. This is a key time for men in general to stand tall, even in the manosphere, to challenge these bad actors. And they are bad actors. And as I told you guys, eventually they always show who they are.
That's a bet,
and that's
right?
a deal,
That's
right,
a
man?
deal,
I appreciate
right?
it.
That's a deal,
Thank you,
right?
Gregory Scotland. Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
And because of your offering, Brother Art Music, the Prophet, you are the #1 sponsor of this stream, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for your love offering. And thank you for your kindness. Thank you, sir. And gentlemen, some of these women are practicing blood magic. Shout out to Black Ram for doing an excellent show at some point. They're practicing blood magic. But not only are they practicing blood magic, they're using hocus pocus as it relates to using seduction to control you through their body. That's why you got to have penis discipline. And I understand, guys, women are beautiful. Women are alluring. But women are not greater than you as a man. She was made for you. You weren't made for her. And women only respect power and strength. And I see it all the time, guys, as a therapist. I see the struggles and stresses that men go through because men give their light away. They give their power away. They suffer in silence because they worship the woman instead of worshiping the creator. They give worship to the creature instead of giving worship to the creator. And that becomes a problem because it can impact your mental health. Because eventually, if that woman is not checked, then you will continue to suffer in silence and live your life to please her instead of being in a relationship where you benefit and that woman benefits. So we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get deep into it. And I'm going to pull this clip by my man, El Guapo of Beautiful Lives, and we're going to break this thing down.
In the middle of a group with hundreds of other little young witches that ain't got no guidance, and they just hasting. 100 women, y'all, sitting here saying, drive him into hell. May he pay for what it is that he did to her. Even
and you guys see, go check out Guapo of Beautiful Lives. Excellent content creator, good friend of mine. I love and respect that brother. But some of these women use witchcraft, guys, to transmit their pain based on brokenness. Some of these women use witchcraft, guys, as it relates to power. Some of these women use witchcraft to get you under their love spell. And that's why I told you guys that you should never fall in love, but you should love within reason, because women understand that when you are in love, then you're easily manipulated. And once you become manipulated, you become spellbound. And they have done studies, guys, about witchcraft being on the rise. And a lot of our women are consciously and unconsciously practicing witchcraft. Women that dabble in crystals and a myriad of different things use witchcraft to control men. I've had a woman one time that talked about the color, or they use blood magic to put in your food. And you got to be careful, because it happened to me one time. And periodically, she had a stronghold on me, but I was able to break it through the power of Yahweh and through the power of God. But I want you guys to listen to my man Guapo as we break this thing down, because black magic is real. And I know some of you don't believe in it, but some of these women are working spells on you directly and indirectly. And that's why you got to stop praising these women and making these women think that they're better than what they really are, because it causes you to be a simp.
If you just made a simple mistake.
Look at all these women engaged in. It's not a game, yo.
You don't know what you're doing.
Once again, shout out to Beautiful Lives, a good friend of mine. And he did a great job. This show was a great stream that he did. And we're going to get into it.
There'll be a lot of people that's not going to want me to tell y'all. Men, you need to watch who you with. I'm in a whole lot of witch, oracle, empress.
She's into a whole bunch of witchcraft, is what she's about to say. When I tell y'all there's real evil out here, I'm not bullshitting y'all.
Women coming into the craft type groups. It is hundreds. I have seen hundreds of pictures of you dudes.
She's seen hundreds of.
You heard what she said. She's seen hundreds of pictures of you dudes. Some of these women are taking your pictures and putting hexes on your pictures because they're trying to control you. They're trying to punish you. They're trying to manipulate you. And they're trying to put you under a love spell. Once you get under that love spell, it's hard to break unless you understand the power of God and the power of masculinity. Keep listening.
Pictures of you men, you black men. She's talking about black women. Hundreds of pictures of y'all.
These women is putting inside of these groups, and on full moons and on new moons.
Hundreds of women in these groups. These women of black witches are meeting, throwing your pictures in groups. Why do you think I do not put LeBay on camera?
They straight up casting full flat out spells on y'all because y'all out here being dirty. Look.
She said during the full moon and the new moon, they're casting full out spells on you men. Who out here can tell me how your cell phone works? I can tell you, here's why, because I was a telecommunications engineer for 11 years. The ability to have voice conversations, majority over airways, there's a backhaul, there's a wired or fiber optic portion of your cellular network, but a lot of it operates through radio frequency in real time at the speed of light. Radio frequency, which you cannot see, which you cannot hear, unless you're in a concentrated environment of it, and you would actually get what's known as an RF burn, a radio frequency burn, like in front of an antenna or something like that. You don't understand that there are things out here that exist fully, but you can't see, you can't hear, you can't taste it, you can't smell it, you can't feel it. It's real. Bro, there are so many forces out here. This is why I say success principles translate and success leaves clues, because if you lean on only the understanding of what you can experience, you're failing in life. We can all agree that there are good people, there are good acts, there are good things that happen in this world. If that is the case, there has to be evil. And if you don't think that there are people out here operating in bullshit like this, man, you don't know what you're fighting. These women are operating at a whole different level that men are even prepared for. They're leaning on the fact that you believe that beauty equates to virtue. It don't work like that, yo. Watch.
I have seen hundreds of pictures of you dudes.
And that's why I keep telling you, men, You cannot be mesmerized by the beauty of a woman. Charm is vain and beauty is fleeting. But who can find a virtuous woman? A virtuous woman is a woman that can control her feelings. A virtuous woman is a woman that can control her nature. And some of these women, guys, came in as advocates for men, but they really were just subconscious and conscious witches. Because witchcraft is about rebellion. And if you got a problem with men, you talk about it in private, not in the public, because witchcraft seeks to control. They try to control you through sex, they control you through their body, and they can control you by berating you and trying to shame you. That's witchcraft, because it goes against order. And women that follow order don't do those things, not feminine women or virtuous women. Guys, get the likes up. We're going to have a great one on tonight. Share this stream because these men need to be liberated. Share the stream. We're going to get deep into it because you're going to see how witchcraft is not only impacting men, but why when you call women diva, when you call women goddess, you are venerating that woman and you don't know the spirit that's operating behind that woman, which is tied to witchcraft. Now, once again, I'm not talking about the nation of earth and God. Some of them believe they're gods. I don't believe that. But I don't call no woman goddess because every time you say it, you're feeding that narcissistic supply.
Women is putting inside of these groups, and on full moons and on new moons, they straight up casting full flat out spells on y'all because y'all out here being dirty. Look, black man, tell that woman if you around with somebody else, like they straight up y'all lives up and y'all think it's some invisible God out here making you have car accidents, making you being stuck to a woman and you can't never let her go and you can't never get away from her because she didn't put blood in your motherfucker. She
put BLOOD in your food. I know y'all have heard about people. We're black, yo. And for the white folks that are in here and the non-blacks, listen, this is something that goes around. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers warned us about this. People sweeping your feet and stuff like this. It comes from somewhere. When I say evil is real, it's people out here. She's telling you right now, there are people out here. There are women out here plotting against you, your demise, man. I talk about the lovely ladies when it comes to relationships, trying to argue the rules of the game. And you can't argue the rules of the game when it comes to relationships. When men they hold the keys to relationships. When it comes to this, men don't even understand that there's a game being played. We are so far behind what is really going on out here. Why do you think that we keep losing these black men that have platforms that are speaking the truth?
Listen to what he's saying, guys. That's why you have to be hyper vigilant. That's why you have to be prayerful to your brother, because Jezebel hates the spirit of Jehu. Jezebel loves weak men because Jezebel wants power. And Jezebel wants to control you and to destroy your self-esteem. And what she uses is sex, magic, and lust to get you under her spell. And once she gets you under her spell, she will discard you when she's finished with you. That's why I keep telling you men, don't be concerned about a woman being pretty. Be more concerned about a woman being able to control her feelings. Because when a woman can control her feelings for the greater cause of humanity, that's the kind of woman that you want. Guys, do me a favor, get the likes up. Share this stream because some of you men need to be liberated. Stop being concerned about what women looks like, the kind of looks that women have, because looks are fading. And many of these women don't look like what they are showing you. You take the makeup off, you take off the fake eyelashes, you take off the paint, you take off the booty implants and the chest implants. They're nothing based on what they're trying to project. And what you guys don't understand is this as well. Makeup is a form of witchcraft too. I'm going to say it again. Makeup is a form of witchcraft because it's based on an illusion. The word cosmetics come from the words cosmos or cosmogony. And so it's used to control you due to the allure of beauty. When a woman uses red lipstick, it's symbolic of being erotic. So women realize that they don't have the physical power of a man, but they will use their beauty to control you, and that's a problem. I need you guys to listen.
If you don't think that these fools are moving against you, I'm telling you, y'all better stay protected on all levels. The first thing she said is you need to be very careful who you mess with. I concur. And from my vantage point, I'm telling you, I got a holy, sanctified, fire-baptized apostolic grandmother that says that I am a seed of the righteous and I operate in that realm. I do things wrong. I drink scotch and all this other stuff, and I may cuss here and there, but I try to live my life, and I know what has put me in the right place. And I'm not trying to convert anybody or anything like that. What I'm telling you is you need to recognize that there's evil motherfuckers out here moving against you. And you can think that it's a joke and it's not real and all that stuff and tee-hee and act like nothing's happening. All right, she's telling you right now.
Show picture in the middle of a group with hundreds of other little young witches that ain't got no guidance, that ain't got
hundreds of young witches that ain't got no guidance,
no type of structure and discipline over them, and they just hasting. You got 30 to 100 women, y'all, sitting here saying, drive him into hell. May he pay for what it is that he did to her. Even if you just made a simple mistake, you know.
Even if you made a simple mistake, they be going hard at you. They be going hard. Listen, look at this. I dare you to go to TikTok and put in black witches. When my family found out I detached from Christianity and I started doing hoodoo. Look at what they're doing, yo. Witch tip, banish a guest. Look at all these women engaged in. It's not a game, yo. Look, they got the brother in here. Aren't you afraid he's talking to other girls? Look at her, putting the sage over him. Hold up, man. We got to watch this one. This is that bull right here. Look at this. While he's sleeping. It's not.
Once again, guys, y'all better be aware of these women. You better be aware. Because this is what they're doing, guys. They're trying to get your mind, body, and spirit.
A joke, yo. These rudderless women are out here doing all kinds of stuff to y'all. Y'all better pay attention, man. You got chicks looking like this. Cute in the face, curly hair. Most of y'all would crack at her. I'd crack at her without the tattoos. You don't know what you're dealing with, man. There's evil in this world. When I hear the chick talking all that slave talk, I get it. You're just an evil bitch. Hey, I said it. You are. Maybe you need to kind of take her seriously because I don't understand why she would make this as a joke because the shit's not funny.
When you out here dating these women, you need to ask them what the they believe in.
Ask the women what they believe in.
I don't care. Just because she a Christian do not mean that she is not playing around with her.
And some of these guys, women guys, they go under the banner of Christianity, but they're witches in disguise. Just because they say they're Christians, it means nothing. You got to watch their works. Because you got women that say they love God, but they don't want to follow order. You got to watch women like that.
With friends and blood magic, the power of...
Listen to what she just said. Just because she's a Christian does not mean she's not playing around with her witch friends. How many of these lovely ladies do we know that have gotten themselves in situations where they play around with their friends and do dumb stuff, ride the train and all that stuff, get on the carousel, you know, raised in good homes and stuff like that, messing with the wrong people.
Blood. See that motherfucker, Jesus Christ? We know what the blood.
Love my Jesus now, but she's coming in on my Jesus. You gotta be careful. Go ahead, say what you gotta say because she's spitting some truth in here. Let me explain something to y'all real fast. A lot of the lovely ladies say, well, I shouldn't listen to Kevin Samuels because he failed in marriage twice. You may not like the messenger, but the message may be true. Even though I don't like the way that she's coming at my faith, I believe what she's saying when she talks about this witchcraft stuff. I believe her. My uncle used to tell me all the time, you can learn a lot from a dummy.
We have always known. I'm telling you, black men.
Let me be real clear, guys. I'm not picking on this young woman, 6. I don't know the woman. I'm trying to tell you, as it relates to me, man or woman, don't ever call me supreme. Don't ever call me a god. And don't you ever call another woman a god because
We're human. As I said before, I understand some believe in earth and gods, and I understand that. I don't believe that, but that's you believe what you want to believe. But you men have to be careful, because every time you call them by their name, you're giving them power. You're venerating them, and you're feeding that narcissism. And once again, guys, these women, some of them actually practice witchcraft consciously and subconsciously. And you guys got to be careful, because it's dangerous.
Watch who you with. Almost every black woman know that if she want a man to put blood in his spaghetti, put that in his tea, what?
Put it in his spaghetti, put it in his tea.
Ever they out here doing it, and I'm watching them black men. Y'all better watch out themselves and start getting y'all life right. Quit playing with these women out here. They sinking y'all. All y'all the locked up. Y'all in some stuff out here. The future of the black man, these young black men, it's not looking good.
Yo, she's telling on them. Y'all don't know what you're up against.
Y'all need to get into y'all wisdom, into y'all own knowledge, and find out who you are. Find out who your ancestors are. Y'all out here fighting against, even though y'all fighting against, like,
you're fighting against stuff that you don't even know that you're fighting, man. She's telling y'all, I'm a follower of Jesus, and she talk crap about Jesus, but she's telling some truth. I'm not in my feelings. I'm not offended by what she said. There's enough truth in this that it's worth me listening to.
Y'all out here fighting against shit, even though y'all fighting against this powerful as hell. Check your motherfucking food, check your tea, check your motherfucking toothbrush. Don't let no motherfucking body get no hair. Y'all better protect yourself. That's as much as I can tell you without going into other shit to save yourself.
I went down the rabbit hole with this, and I'm glad to be out, and I'm not talking about it anymore. After this, I'm done. I try to live in the light. I don't want any parts of this dark energy, dark bull at all. The title of this is Ex-Witch Warns Witchcraft Expanding, says Hollywood release.
Now listen, guys, witchcraft is expanding not only in the black community, but there are witches even in the churches. And once again, behind every idol is a spirit. When you have ornaments in your house, when you have objects in your house that symbolize a deity, then a demonic spirit hides behind that deity. That's why you have to burn it, and you have to destroy it if you want it to be kosher. These things are real, and some of you men are under a spell. And that's why you don't stand in power, because Jezebel does not like or love masculine men. Jezebel wants to be worshiped, and Jezebel wants to be in control.
Releasing spells over the viewers. Believe it or not, the cute light-skinned chick on the right is the ex-witch.
What's your take on Christians even burning sage, and what's that supposed to do?
Burning sage is something that I did while I was practicing witchcraft.
How many of y'all, if you saw her on Hinge, if you saw her in Starbucks, how many of y'all would crack it? Crack it, shorty. I would.
And when I got into a home with another witch that I lived with, the very first thing that we did as witches is we got bundles of sage from the New Age store. Yep. We would burn sage to rid the house of evil. I thought, this is just what witches do. This is what people in the occult world do. This is what people in the New Age world do. There's so much mixture, and it's passed down information that people don't know the origins. If we go all the way back, we can see that it is steeped in witchcraft, where you're communicating with spirits, you're communicating with the dead, and you're trying to push these things back.
Communicating with the dead is called necromancy. Divination can be tied to tarot cards. You got some Christians now that play with tarot cards. And they'll say that they are Christians, but I question it, because you can't be a Christian tied into divination. And even though I don't live by the zodiac, I have to be careful, because if you live your life based on the trajectory of the stars, then you're into divination. And you have to be careful, man, because this stuff is real.
But the only thing that will do that, the only thing that gets rid of evil, is the spirit of our God. Amen. Period.
If this is what we're going to have to deal with as men, especially black men, when it comes to finding a partner, you are excused, you are allowed, you are at ease to take the path of least resistance and find more compatible, more cooperative women. There's real evil out there. Behind your back, against your knowledge, people are plotting against you. It's important to know beauty does not equate to virtue. It's important to know that not every...
Listen what Guapo said, something I said earlier. Charm is vain and beauty is fleeting. Remember, guys, these women that you worship and lust after, they're going to be old at some point. That beauty is going to fade. But what you should be looking for is a woman that's disciplined, a woman of high character, because virtuous women are hard to find. I'm not concerned about a woman, her looks or her butt or her breasts, not mesmerized at all. Because I know at the core of that woman, she's wicked. And that's why you men need to be hyper vigilant. Once again, we all love women. I love women. I love the curves of a woman. But I also know and understand the nature of a woman. And women that are not operating under the spirit of Yahweh is subject to the voice of the serpent. Many women have been listening to the snake whisperer. Just like the first woman did, she listened to the snake whisperer.
Follow me, baby. The elders are old and out of touch. I have the power to help you become the better version of yourself. Listen to me. I know what's best for you. I am the snake whisperer.
Shout out to my man, Rock the Den, for that $5 cash out, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, sir, for your kindness. Rock Den, I appreciate it, brother. It's been a minute since I've seen you. And thank you, brother, for showing love. I appreciate that. Let's finish listening, guys, and we're going to get deeper into the rabbit hole.
Everybody means good by you, and you need to be aware and cognizant of it. Understand that there are people that mean you harm.
All right, guys, let me remove this and let me show you guys something, because this is going to get very important. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to share this screen with Erykah Badu. And this is something that I always knew and that you should know and understand. This is tied to goddess worship. And Erykah Badu is saying she's a witch, so I need you guys to listen.
Celebrity Witches, Part 33. Erykah Badu. In a YouTube interview with The Daily Struggle, Erykah Badu did confirm that she has used love magic on ex-boyfriends.
You heard what this woman said. She's used love magic on ex-boyfriends. She's used love magic on ex-boyfriends. Did you hear it? She's used love magic on ex-boyfriends. So what does that mean? The fact that the woman used blood magic on ex-boyfriend, that's synonymous with control. And that's what you guys got to be careful with. And that's a problem. Listen to what this woman is saying. Listen.
Her ex, Andre 3000, said in an interview that she is very powerful, they stay on good terms, and she has taught him a lot about life and spirituality. On her Instagram, there's lots of talk about working with vibration.
And some of these pro-blacks, not all, they're into crystals, they're into magic, they're into divination, and they're into sage and vibrations and all of that stuff. And Erykah Badu, I believe, is a pro-black. And you have to be careful, gentlemen. You have to be extremely careful.
And manifesting. She's also played at the Voodoo Festival in New Orleans. Let's give it up for our Celebrity Witch 33, Erykah Badu.
All right. Listen to what Birdman said about Erykah Badu. And then we're going to get deep into the rabbit hole. Listen.
I'm hearing this game, and I see Erykah Badu. Man, and when I tell you Erykah Badu was thick as fuck, you know, respected to die.
Listen what he's saying.
DLC and Andre, but man, Erykah Badu, the thickest motherfucker in the world. This before the video came out where the ass was out and all that. You niggas didn't really know Erykah Badu was this thick. Motherfucker seeing her, she thick. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker thick. So I'm like, shit, I'm finna bust her. I'm finna get her. Feel me? Like, I'm me. Like, Doc had her, Andre had her, so I for sure could have her. Like, you know what I mean? This crib. So I'm get up, I'm telling Birdman, I'm like, man, look how thick Erykah Badu. He's like, yeah, she thick, she cold. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go get her. So I start to get up. That nigga grabbed my shoulder. He's like, hey man, don't do that. I'm like, why not? You don't think I could have her, nigga? You sound crazy. I could get her. I got up. He's like, nah. He grabbed me again. He's like, man, she like a witch or something, man. Feel me? She on some shit.
And guys, this is what happens when you're a slave to women and a slave to lust. And it's something that we all struggle with as men. Even good, righteous men can struggle with it because women are beautiful. Women are alluring. But women only have the power that you give them. Righteous, good women don't use sex and manipulation to control men because those women are very couth. They're righteous women. And even though they have a female nature, they seek to keep that nature under subjection for the greater purpose of that relationship and that man.
And I remember looking like, man, you tripping, nigga. I'm laughing. You crazy. I looked in his face, and it did not look like it was no joke. It looked like he was serious. Like, she had some powers. And I remember just calming down, like, you know what? Let me listen to this. You know, he's from New Orleans, Louisiana, so, you know, they...
Listen what he said, guys. From New Orleans, Louisiana, South Carolina, some parts of North Carolina, that's where it's highly concentrated. They consult with the Abu man, the Aju man. Some even consult with Babalaos. And they're into witchcraft. They're into dark magic. And some are into BLOOD magic.
They know about all that shit, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go on and chill out. Well, yeah, that shit was funny. I'll never forget. That was like, he stopped me that day.
All right, let me show you something else, guys. Hold tight. And you guys are seeing what I'm talking about.
The fact that Erykah Badu reached down in her purse to pay his way and his homeboy's way and sometimes his cousin's way still do not sit well in my spirit, because I would have never.
So you guys are seeing it for what it is. I'm going to go back and pull up Black China. Black China sold her soul to the devil. And Black China used lust and all of it, guys, to seduce men. I'm going to show you guys something real quick because that's where it starts. It starts through lust. That's how witches get power. But hold tight, because Black China
in the middle of a group
didn't about face. Hold tight.
Look at all these women in.
Now, I don't know if you guys know what a Baphomet is. Baphomet is the symbol of Satan or Lucifer. Tattoos, ornaments, and objects carry energy. So when you put a tattoo on your body, you can allow energy to come through that image. When you got ornaments and amulets in your house, energy can be transferred through those symbols. Black China is trying to change her life to the point that she had a tattoo of Baphomet on her body. Now, so her mom says she's fake. I don't know. But you guys decide. Hold tight.
You take that shit and off your body. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off your body. Remove all of that shit. Get it off. Get it off. Cut off. Get it off. Get it off. Take it off.
Shout out to Bella Rings for the $4 super sticker. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it, Bella. Thank you, ma'am.
Get it off. Get it off. I'm having a big attack. Have to hang up on 911.
So what I saw was a globe-like thing. What do you call it? Like a crystal ball, round ball, and it's set with a Baphomet on.
So Baphomet. So you know anything about Baphomet? Baphomet is tied to Lucifer. Black China was in the industry, and some actually sell their soul for power. See it for yourself.
Under it, and it had this black shit inside, like you can shake it, and it had a plug. You know what? I was like, bro, that's it. Now I'm about to whoop somebody's ass. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell the truth now on Real Life Street Stars.
Exclusive.
Well, this is what happened.
Have men been conditioned to worship women? What can we learn about goddess worship and the phenomena?
Shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm, for the $20 hitter. He said, add it to the collection plate, brother. Let's get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, The Quiet Storm, and that's a deal, right? Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
All right, guys, we're going to get deeper into it. Thank you. As we get deeper into this rabbit hole, hold tight.
As it relates to not only witchcraft, but controlling power as it relates to masculinity. We will explore in this show if goddess worship leads to simping.
Has a very...
All right. What we're going to do next, guys, we're going to talk about the fiasco with keeping it real with Yanni, and how many men felt like that even though she has a right to her opinion, that she tried to tell Anton and Lapeef how to run their channel. And that's what happens, sadly, to some women when they come into men's spaces. They try to change the trajectory of the conversation. They use beauty, lust, and allure to get you distracted. That's why you have to be focused, man, so that you won't get distracted. Shout out to Ramil Amir. He did a great job breaking this commentary down. I saw it myself last Saturday. And we're going to talk about how men need to stand firm in power and not allow women to get them off their square and to get them to change their trajectory when it comes down to what men should do as it relates to masculinity. So I'm going to pull it up, guys. And we're going to talk about it. And you're going to see how witchcraft and goddess worship seeks to usurp the power of men and masculinity. Shout out once again to Ramil Amir. He did a great job breaking this thing down. Was he right? And were these women out of bounds trying to tell that man how to run his channel?
The bitch got strong jaws. Yeah, she do like Sonic the Hedgehog a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this, man. She over here, she was doing a long ass stream playing these panels about disrespect. And Anton had to pull up. But once again, dog, Anton begging these hoes for forgiveness. This shit is fucking sad, man. Shit is fucking sad, man. Patriarchy said yesterday was so embarrassing. No, we finna get through this. Nah, fuck that. Fuck y'all. Nope. We finna get through this shit. All right. We finna get to this. Let's get to it, man. Fair use. Fair use. Let's go. All right. He gotta save the Lapeef network, dog. That's his bread right there. He gotta save the Lapeef network. Black Trunk said y'all going. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't finna play with these niggas. We already know the deal. All right. We already know the deal. Let's go. You know, y'all niggas going, even with that living single ass haircut, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas still going. All right. With that 80s R&B haircut, y'all niggas still going. Don't even cap. All right. Stop playing. Even though she look like a mime, all right. She finna lock herself in the glass, in the invisible glass case. Y'all niggas still going. All right. So let's get to it. I ain't finna play. I ain't finna cap. All right, fair use, man. Let's get to Anton Daniels, man, getting checked again, man. This is what happens when you build a brand with the co-ed, with the females and shit. Because once these females take charge, you ain't got no choice but to listen. Yeah, Tony Braxton, yeah. You ain't got no choice but to listen, because this is your brand. You done invited these hoes in. Now you got to appease to these hoes. Now you got to listen to what they say, follow what they do, apologize when they say apologize, get disrespected. This is what this all has come to now, man. Let's get to it. Fair use.
See if he'll come up here.
And she had this nigga wife in the thumbnail. I think she changed it, but yeah, she was like, fuck this nigga, let's go. Now, once again, Anton's about to come up and try to convince her to stop telling black women to stop going on the peep and to convince her to change her thumbnail. Let's go.
Let's see.
Now, guys, even though this woman is entitled to her own opinion, I don't know this woman, and she's entitled to her own opinion. This is what happens when you defer power, not only in relationships, but also in business relationships. Because it appears that she's trying to tell this man how to run his channel instead of understanding that these men don't force women to come on their platform. But once again, the selective outrage is unreal. And once again, shout out to Ramil the Radical. His points reign supreme. Because this is what happens, because when women get in their feelings, now they're talking about trying to boycott this man channel. And that's consistent with goddess worship, where the woman is aggrandized over the masculine order of a man.
Let's see.
Man, why do you niggas have no chill? I'm not even looking in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not, because this is why. Because this is why right here. She said 7 answers. You like the main character from Zowlin Showdown. I don't even know what that is, but I'm pretty sure if I look at it, you accurate. I'm not even looking in the chat right now. You niggas going stupid, man. Let's go. Everybody hit the like. Let's go, man.
Good afternoon, Anton.
What's going on?
Okay, so
can you hear
as
me
you
good?
know, I'm sorry.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, we're good. So as you know, lately, with everything that's been going on within the YouTube space, the drama online, offline, and things like that, why is it when it comes to these panels that you're on, you act like this towards women? You have
Here we go. While we on this panels, you act like this towards women. Yeah, this nigga try to get off with calling these bitches hoes and bitches. You can't do that, nigga. You're on the married side of the game. You're on the good man side of the game, dog. You told these hoes you was all equal and flying these hoes out. You can't do that. You need permission. All right, this is what you niggas get for this is the end goal of this shit. This is the end goal of teaming up with hoes. You end up in the submissive ass position. You get it. Yeah, shout out to Soft Sands. Anton has to go to a board for a performance eval every week. Yes. Derek Jackson, remember him? He failed his eval. Trying to cater to these hoes is a fickle ass thing. This is what you niggas get. You get checked online and gotta look like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is his eval. Getting checked again. Shout out to Jaquan. Said Eddie Mustard had that nigga stupid. Let's go.
a daughter, you have a wife. Would you want someone speaking to them like this?
What did I say that was disrespectful to the clip that you just said?
This clip, there are so many other panels. There are so many other panels. You're calling women 304s, hoes, monkeys, black women are the black man's biggest enemies. I thought the whole purpose of these panels were
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, these hoes was listening. Yeah. Explain yourself. You said black women are the bigger enemy than a white man. You thought they was gonna let that pass? You thought the sisterhood was gonna let you slide? Nah, nigga, you gotta stand for court, nigga. Judgment Day. You know what it is. Shout out to C. Said Phony Braxton. Shout out to Presidential Mike. Said she can't smile with a glass face. Look like Jesus. Oh man, let's go.
To bring us further together, to work together, to find a solution. But it seems like with these panels that I see you in a lot, you're creating more of a divide. And that's not the content. That's not the content that I got from you originally.
I think you need to look at the context of the entire conversation before you make that, before you draw that conclusion.
Y'all niggas said she had a quagmire. Yo, y'all think she look like Quagmire? I'm done with you niggas.
Don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well,
you want to know why I don't?
Let me finish talking?
I don't.
Do you want to have a conversation or do you want to debate? Because I thought this was a conversation.
There's no.
There we go. Do you want to have the conversation? No, this ain't no conversation, nigga. This is you being held accountable. This ain't no conversation, nigga. Y'all still want to have a conversation with these hoes. Ain't no conversation. They run shit. You shut the fuck up. It's time for you to be held accountable.
A conversation is I'm listening to you speak, and then when you ask me a question, you gotta let me answer it fully. No?
Shout out to Before the Billion. Say he's still.
And once again, they'll take a clip, they'll take it out of context. They won't look at the full context, and then they will judge you. But you notice what this woman said. She said you have mothers, you have a wife and a daughter. But you notice they never say you have a father and brothers, because gynocrats guys don't respect masculinity. It respects women only, and men are subjugated to gynocrats. Because you always hear them say, your mom is black, or whatever is black, but you never hear them say, your dad is a black man, you should respect men, even when these women are out of pocket. And so Anton doesn't have to prove himself to no woman, and neither should you as men. But that's a sign of goddess worship, because that's consistent with simping. That's consistent with being a conscious or an unconscious simp. Because once they get in their feelings, it's a wrap.
Yes, all these niggas going. Y'all can roast all y'all want, but we, y'all already know the deal. Shout out to Business Talk with K. He said these women did their research on Anton. Take the L, bro. He was trying to be something he was not. He ain't the street dude. Yeah, he was trying to slide with the, these bitches, these hoes, blah, 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 nigga. And then you trying to be all in good graces of these hoes. You think these hoes gonna... Nigga, now they taking over your shit, nigga. Don't go into the Peep Network. They're probably gonna start their own shit.
I'm listening.
So what I'm saying is, I think you need to look at the context of the entire conversation. You can't do what you want to do as an individual and then think that you don't get the same energy. For example, the clip that you just showed, I was talking and then I was rudely interrupted. After, on my own panel, I waited until they got done speaking, and then I started to give what it is that I said. Now, if you actually look at my show, afterwards, she admitted that she was wrong and she was moving a certain type of way, and she actually publicly apologized, because actually that woman that I had got into it with, Queen Sheba, I've defended her. And you can ask her.
All right, here we go again, man. Here's the same shit. This nigga never learned. I defended her. This nigga still trying to get brownie points from the past, nigga. Shout out to Bro Truth, who said, get me on Gold Dust, word up. Appreciate you, man. Salute. This nigga, I defended her. What happened? Why you guys doing this? I stood up for her. It don't count.
Specifically, I defended her against a lot of people that was actually coming against her, a lot of men individually. And you can actually ask her to cam up, that came for her, that literally was trying to dox her, that was trying to abuse her. And specifically, I worked with her and her husband to ensure that she was safe, and I went against the guy that was trying to go against her. Now, on an individual level, on that particular video that you just showed, she admitted that she was disrespectful and she tried to stop me from saying what I was saying after I was having a conversation. So my thing is, if you're going to have the same energy, then have it across the board, because I'm not saying that I'm 100% right all of the time. And when I believe that I'm wrong, I apologize. But at the same time, you can't say that I was wrong on that when her herself came up to my show the next day on the Millionaire Morning Show and apologized for being disrespectful.
Once again, these hoes don't give a fuck. All right, these hoes don't give a fuck, dog. They don't care even if they were wrong. They don't give a fuck. You need to be held accountable, dog. That's how these hoes. That's what the sister is. It is. You niggas think y'all finna form a pact with the sisterhood and everybody's gonna be equally. No, nigga. They're good, you're bad. That's the motto. All right, but telling nigga this from the jump. Shout out to Mac Ultra. You said, "Oh, Roblox had that." Y'all niggas is goofy.
Because her intentions was bad from the outset. So you can't tell me that I'm wrong when we got grown women that come on the panel looking to disrespect us, and then at the same time you don't hold them accountable, but you only looking at me.
Anton is right. They only look at it from one side, but they don't see the women that's disrespectful to the men. And that's what the gynocracy does, and that's what feelings does. It sees things through the lens of feelings instead of seeing things through the lens of pragmatism. And that's why rarely, unless that woman is a disciplined spiritual woman, can you really have them on your side, because they always go back to their base nature. It's hard to find a disciplined woman. Are there some good sisters out there? Yes, there are, but they're hard to find.
Anton, we're talking about your language and your behavior.
Yeah, fuck all that, nigga. I don't give a fuck what them hoes. Fuck all that. What's up with you? You're being held accountable, nigga. Yeah, this nigga trying to, oh, but we all did. No, don't matter. All right? There is no fairness in this shit, nigga. Nigga should have been on. There's no fairness. All right? Shout out to Nick Tower, to King Jong. Man,
What did I say that was disrespectful? I didn't call her out of her name.
We're not just talking about Sheba.
Oh,
we're
okay,
not.
so it's other things.
Because
I thought we was.
yeah, they got a whole list. Yeah, they got a whole list. Yeah. Shout out to Darth Lord IQ for the cash app. Shout out to Coy for the cash app as well. Salute. Let's go.
I mean, we can talk about all of it, but I was just referencing the specific clip that you played.
One woman, you called her a hoe. You called her a 304. You called her a monkey. You said her.
You gotta be specific. You gotta be.
Yeah. They took notes. Yeah. They took notes. Yeah. Everything that you got to answer for right now. Yeah. And don't let it happen again either.
Country something. I don't know her name like that. Country something.
Okay, but what did she call me before I even said that?
She didn't call you anything.
You sure about that?
I'm very sure. I didn't see
As
her
a matter
call
of
you
fact,
anything.
I can send it to you. She literally said before she ever came on the panel when I discovered it. See, y'all don't see what goes on in the background.
No. Anton, you do this thing where you try to play good guy, bad guy. You try to play the good.
Oh, these hoes done caught on. Because this is what happens when you hang around these hoes all the time too. They start to learn you and learn your every move and shit. And that's when they strike. As soon as they know your personality and shit and know how they the hoes that did their research. Shout out to Business Talk. Yeah. With K. Yeah. They did their research. They already know. They already got this nigga dissected. Hey, you the type of nigga who do this, a good guy, bad guy, the slick talking. They already got him down packed, nigga. Shout out to Edgar. He said Anton, Captain Saving Hoes, Daniels, man never learned. Made nigga have other hoes, but his marriage. I appreciate you, man. Salute. Let's get to it. Oh, they say nigga save other hoes, but his marriage. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Good guy, bad guy role, and that's just bullshit. You try to play this good guy, bad guy role, and then you do these weird things to try to cover up the bad thing that you did. You're good.
Yanni,
the bad.
I will send you the video.
No, the good that you do does not. It doesn't outweigh the good that you do.
That's fair, and I'm willing to take that criticism, and I'm willing to be held accountable. One thing that I say regularly.
Yes, nigga. Yes, you better be willing to held accountable. All right, if you want that LaPeep shit to keep going, shout out to Old Country Boy. He said 3 or 4 hold a man accountable. Yes. I will be held accountable. Yes, the fuck you will. All right. You know you better stay on these hoes' good side. Shout out to Dini. He said she was petty by putting his wife on the thumbnail. Yeah, I think she changed it, but you know, it is what it is. These hoes don't give a fuck, you know. But you notice how these hoes don't give a fuck, but these niggas always still trying to play fair. Niggas always trying to be noble. I'm the good guy. I have morality. I'm ethical. Hoes be dirty as hell. Play your ass. That's what happens, dog. Whatever happens after you trust a bitch is your fault.
Is that I'm open to being criticized and held accountable in the same way that everybody else is. I said,
So why do
I don't
you act
always
like
get
this
it. I don't
on
know.
panels?
I don't always get it right, but at the same time, I identify bad energy and I deal with it accordingly. So, for example, the country girl, she literally set up and she.
Damn, this bitch, yo, she holding him accountable with the duck. She don't even got the low. She got the duck on the screen. This nigga can check with the duck. This bitch got the regular plan. That shit crazy, man.
She said it and she posted it on her Instagram and you can go and check it. I don't even know if it's still there. She said that she was coming on the panel to set me up and that was her whole goal, and literally to try to take me down and to take down everything that I've built specifically. So when I see this type of stuff or people send it to me and they say, yo, fam, this is what her whole goal is. She didn't come up there with good intentions in the first place. I'm going to deal with it accordingly. I'm not just going to let shit ride just because they're a woman. A woman can be just as spiteful and just as mischievous as a guy can. And just because they come in sheep's clothing don't mean that they're not coming up there with a specific agenda. And they do often at times they do. And just because I don't say.
Shout out to Auntie. He said this ain't criticism, it's discipline. Yes, he's getting disciplined. The sisterhood is checking his ass. All right. Because I'm going to tell you what they really mad about. They're going to talk about it later.
Shout out to my man XL Pro for the 5. You're dynamite. And also to Gregory Scotland. I'm going to read this comment. Thank you.
Hello, lucky person. You got the number right, because you are talking to Kid a Dynamite. Pure Dynamite.
Gregory Scotland said, Kosher, this is what Dr. Neal was pointing out, that Lapeef and other shows like this were a problem from the start. And I guess what he more or less posits is that once you start bringing women into your circle, they use any excuse to tear down what you're built up. That's why, men, you have to be very careful when you bring it to your circle. Not only in relationships, but in general.
The fact is like, oh, they're making money off disrespecting and verbal abuse of black women. That's what it comes down to. I thought y'all was going to profit off these hoes and they wasn't going to come back and say something about that. You know what I'm saying? I thought y'all was going to keep running the shit. Let's go.
Yeah, right then and there, don't mean that that's not what the goal is. And if you want me to send you the videos and the evidence, I can do that too.
Anton, you're a businessman, right?
That's correct.
Okay. How is this professional? You have every right to not bring her on. If that was her point,
I didn't bring her on.
No. If that was her point to set you up and you knew that, why would you engage and be disrespectful?
That's the thing.
You have to think about it. You have to think about it from a professional standpoint. You made money off of disrespecting her and discarding her in the way that you did.
Uh-oh. You made money off disrespecting black women. I told you that's what it come down to. I told you. Thought they was gonna let that shit ride. Once again, dog. Trusting these hoes. Let's go.
Correct?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay. So how are you innocent in this situation? You're not.
I didn't say I was innocent.
Okay.
I didn't say I was innocent.
So what's the point of defending your behavior? What I wanted to hear was, my bad. I messed up. I shouldn't be speaking to women like that. Period.
No. I've messed.
Yeah, nigga. Apologize, nigga. Say you should not be speaking to women like that. Change your whole rhetoric, nigga. Change your whole language, nigga. Change your whole style of your channel. That's what the fuck you need to do right now, bitch ass nigga. And these hoes telling niggas how to run their channel and shit, bro. That's crazy. Yo, you got these hoes over here checking. This is how you need to. Yo, don't talk like this. Damn, dog. Yeah, hoes definitely winning. Shout out to Strong Cypher. He says she's son of him. Yeah. This is what you need to do now, nigga. Shit crazy, dog. Niggas really bowing down. This shit is so fucking sad. Niggas really bowing down. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said, damn, she got an itinerary of things to correct. Yeah, bitch got a checklist for this nigga. This is what you need to do. Stop talking to women like this. This bitch got a whole checklist with the bullet points. He over there taking notes. Okay. Insane.
Stuff before, but I didn't mess up with them. That
What do you
woman that
mean
you
you
just
messed
called,
up with
the
him?
woman
What
that
do
you
you
use as an example, the clip that you just played, and the woman that you used as an example, those are not the ones that I messed up on. I have messed up before, and I have apologized publicly for the ones that I messed up before, and I'm
you
even
haven't.
open to being
No,
held.
you- no, you-
Yes,
no,
I
you
have.
haven't.
I love Ramil's commentary, minus the N word and the cursing. Ramil is normally spot on. But here's the problem with this whole assessment. Ramil is right, and I'm going to prove it to my point. Where's the agency of these women going on these panels? Because Anton doesn't force women to go on his platform. If they feel like that Anton's going to be that he's going to disrespect women, they don't have to be on the platform. But they want the spotlight and they want the chaos. But on the flip side, they want to be the victim. And once again, if they think that Anton is antagonistic, just don't go on this platform or the peace platform. These women are not victims because no one forced them to go on that platform. They know his style of commentary. So they are complicit in their own pain or complicit in their own ignorance or complicit in their own distress. And that's a hypocrisy of wanting to be equal, but at the same time be a victim. You're going to choose a side, ladies, because that man don't force you to go onto his platform. Many of you go on his platform because you like the attention and you like the drama, but at the same time being victims. But not understanding what some of the women actually say to men, because remember, their dad is black too.
Yes, I have.
No, you
yes,
haven't.
I have.
Because if you would
And-
have apologized, if you would have apologized in the way that you needed to, people wouldn't be turning away from you right now.
Ooh, people wouldn't be turning away. Yeah, they on a mission. They trying to get this nigga up out of there. Shout out to old country boy. He said, "Mama, yeah, facts." Bro, true. What up? Said if the Oz lion had a child, you niggas stupid. What's up, Blue Baggers? What up? He said, "This man's allowing a woman to chastise him on his business procedures." Yes, facts. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? But once again, this is what happens when you create that co-ed type. Then you're gonna be held accountable. All right, these hoes, the hoes either gonna run this shit or it's gonna be nothing at all. That's how the shit go. All right.
I don't even know the situations
who's turning away from me?
People. The original group of women that were on the panel originally, they don't even want to work with you guys no more.
I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with
you
that.
You don't see your fault. You don't see your fault. There's literally a trail of women. There's a trail of women that are leading behind because you don't know how to treat them.
It's a trail of toxic women, but then there's also a trail.
So everybody's toxic. So everybody's toxic but
too.
Anton. Everybody's toxic but Anton.
No. Let's talk about love.
Yeah, this is definitely some team up Karen Keisha type. This is definitely some Keisha Voltron. Yeah, this is definitely some Keisha Karen Voltron type. Shout out to Nick Tyler said Vector from Despicable Me had that. That nigga stupid. Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta eat that. Sorry, this is what SBE. This is where SBE leaves you. This is what shame, blame, and explain. This is the end of the road for shame, blame, and explain. Well, it's part of the shame, blame, and explain timeline. All right. Shout out to these hoes only gonna stand for so much. SBE. Shout out to Asian Summer. He said these hoes are publicly telling niggas to bow down, submit, subjugate, walk into slavery, etc. Everything they're not gonna do, laugh my ass off. Yes, and these niggas are doing it. We're witnessing it currently right now. Again.
Let's talk about Island Girl Q. Let's talk about a lot of different women that I've actually put on. I've actually put a lot of money. You wouldn't even know some of these women that's making a lot of money.
No. Why is the common denominator in all of these women Anton?
Why? Because I brought out the toxicity in them? Because I showed them for who they really were? See, the thing that I'm observing right now,
Like I said, you play this good guy, bad guy.
Oh, absolutely
role.
I do.
Okay, you instigate.
Hmm?
Okay, so what's
and
the
then
point?
I also,
ladies, stop going on the show. Please, just stop. He telling you exactly what he gonna do. He gonna play that good guy, bad guy role. He's gonna instigate. He's gonna trigger you. He's gonna get to know you.
Got him. This is what you niggas get pouring out to these hoes. And look what she did. Used it right against your stupid ass. This is what you niggas get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. I am gonna do the good guy, bad guy. You're right. Flipped it right on your stupid ass. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what you niggas get, man. Shout out to Blue Baggins with another dub. Appreciate you, man. Salute. Really do appreciate it, man. Salute. Shout out to Full Light. He said Anton getting checked by Oya Arnold. Damn, yeah. Took all your dark triad traits and turned it right against your stupid ass. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said she basically setting up the narrative. Damn, yeah, that's what. Yes. Y'all niggas keep saying these hoes are dumb. Now I'm not saying it's gonna work or get anything canceled, but nigga, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be worse than better. All right. Shout out to Blue Baggins again. He said this shit is beyond me. I'm disgusted. Yeah, man, shit crazy. I wish anybody would tell me, hey, you need to run your channel, bitch. But nigga, what? Getting the sun.
Know your personal life, know your personal details, and then he gonna bring you onto the panel, and he's gonna trigger those issues, your trauma, and weaponize it against you so that he can get paid on his platform. He just told you what he's gonna do. That's exactly what he's gonna do. So, Anton, I have a question too. Why should I not speak on your wife?
If anything, it's gonna make him have to pay them bitches more to get on this platform.
Can I add some additional context really quickly?
Why should I not speak on your wife?
First of all, I'm not even on the panels anymore. Like, if you knew, if you actually watch, because apparently you're not aware of the different apologies
8 days ago. This video was 8 days ago.
Ma'am, that is a clip.
Ooh, he already trying to take himself out the picture. Well, you don't have to do that. I'm already off the panels. Ooh, he already trying to say, well, you don't have to do that. I'm already off the panels. Shout out to Old Country Boys and New Doc surviving Anton Daniels. Yeah, man, these hoes forming Voltron on this nigga, bro. They trying to get Lapeef Network up out of there. God damn.
If you look at the last 3 Lapeef panels, and even that panel, I actually only showed up for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I dropped back down. I'm not on the show anymore.
Change your behavior. Why don't you just
hold
change your
on,
behavior?
ma'am. Can I add a little bit of context? Secondly, I'm not the person that picks the panel members. Me and JR has long separated responsibilities, and I'm the person that just shows up in order to have the conversations, and then I handle a lot of the back end stuff, right? I don't recruit, I don't pick panel members. As a matter of fact,
Ooh, that sounds like the Just Pearly Things cop out. This nigga using the Just Pearly Things defense. I don't recruit. I don't do anything. I just make all the money. I don't got anything to do with who comes on the panel, man. I've seen this status this nigga Anton made like a month ago. Talking about if you want to be on the show, email me. That's a whole nother story. But he taking the Just Pearly Things defense. I don't do any of the recruiting. I just run everything on the back end. I don't have nothing to do with the people that come on.
Long said that I have no clue who was going to show up on Thursday nights and who wasn't. But I'm not. I'm not even on the panel anymore anyway, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just don't understand why I needed that context. It just doesn't make sense. Just change your behavior. Would you? This is my thing. You have a daughter, right? Like you have a daughter.
Why haven't you held any of the women responsible for the stuff that they did when they initiated this conversation in the first place? How come you don't hold women accountable and got the same energy for them as you got for me?
If there was something that I saw in these clips,
because nigga, this is sisterhood. This ain't about that. It's about your black ass profiting off of us. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Once again, dog, these hoes could do no wrong. This is what you niggas, we told you niggas is. All right, women good, men bad. That's how this whole thing. But y'all want to make these pacts and agreements, think it's gonna end well, and they want an SBE on top of that. Hell no.
Then I would make it about them, but I'm making it about you because in every single clip,
but I didn't disrespect Queen Sheba, and
you're aggressive. You try to speak over people. You won't allow them to get their point across in full, but then you want that respect in return. You're very disrespectful.
The clip you just showed You glossed over it when she admitted that she was disrespectful.
You can gaslight me all day, but there was a live stream that I just posted yesterday that had other clips of you being very disrespectful.
Cool, and I'm willing to take accountability for that. I didn't see you.
King Quest says Lapeef comes on later simping. Oh, we're gonna get to all this, man. This is just sad. Y'all can blame Ty City for this. He sent me this shit yesterday. This shit crazy.
Your live stream yesterday.
Anton, I just have one last question.
I'm willing to take accountability for the things that I do.
just have one.
Yeah, go again. I'm willing to take accountability. Please. I'm willing to take accountability. Shout out to Bro True. See, I recognized this bitch. She was on Transformers Beats, gave Megatron hell. You niggas is goofy. Shout out to Bro True.
One last question. Why should I not speak on your wife?
Because she don't have nothing to do with this.
She has a lot to do with it.
My
She's
wife
a black woman.
has
She has
nothing to
everything
do with it whatsoever.
She has everything to do with
My
it.
wife
As soon as
is
you
not a
said,
my wife.
No. As soon as you said that the black woman is the bigger enemy than the white man, that's when your wife became a part of this. That's when your daughter. So that's when you include my wife. That's when your daughter became a part of this. So you can either hold that or not, but that's what came out.
Damn, bitch said your daughter part of it. What's up? Yeah, these hoes ruthless. You said black woman the worst enemy of the white man? Yeah, that includes your daughter too, right, nigga? Right? Oh, these hoes ruthless. These hoes don't give a fuck. They bring the kids in there and everything. Your daughter too, right? Damn, these hoes, these hoes, they don't give a fuck. Shout out to now hold up. Anti said, what Anti say he'll do to a nigga who's talking about his kids? But then Anti, I don't remember. Did he say some wild shit? I don't know, because he be saying wild shit sometimes. I don't know. She brings kids. Is that what I'm wondering? That same animosity. Let me get out of there. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said, when the prisoners take over the prison. Yes, this is a hostile takeover. They're taking over your shit. All right. Shout out to 7 Names. Said next time on Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo versus Anton Day. Yeah, they taking over the market. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said, let this be an example to you, man. Stop simping. No, let them keep going. This shit is entertaining as fuck. Let them keep doing it. Let's go.
So your mouth. That's what came out of your mouth. That's what you said.
So you willing to my 15-year you willing to include my 15-year-old daughter on the internet?
Yes, nigga.
And once again, guys, that's emotions, because this is YouTube, and injecting his daughter and wife into the conversation was tasteless. Many men have said that a percentage of our women are agents to white supremacy to a degree. And they say that because many times they use the system against black men when black men do not bow down to their mission and their program. That's consistent with goddess worship and gynocratic thought. His wife nor that baby has anything to do with this conversation. Because once again, if that's the case, when men feel disrespected by women based on that logic, then they should take the pictures of that man's, of that woman's father or their son and put them on a thumbnail as well. It makes no sense, because you don't see men putting the thumbnails of content creators' fathers and their sons or daughters on the thumbnail. That's why many times female nature is chaotic if it's not grounded.
Hey, these hoes don't give a fuck. Yes, they ruthless too, right? So I need to see that same energy when niggas talking about your daughter. I'm wanting to see if that's gonna come up.
No, she's
in
not
order
in
to
this
try
video.
to justify your logic and your point.
No, I just put a picture next to what you said. I put a picture to what you said.
Yeah, brought your family in too, bitch ass nigga. What you gonna do? And you over here copping please. Bitch obviously wasn't playing games. Brought your whole family in this shit, and you still over here copping please. Shit crazy. Shout out to E. Capone. So I'm at work. I can't really listen to anti-SBE and get checked. Oh yeah, you catch it later. Appreciate you though. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah.
I didn't speak on your child.
You just said that's when my daughter became a part of it.
I did not speak on your child. All I did was put a photo with your audio.
You just said it.
That is it. That's what you decided. That is what you decided to do, right? And you thought you was the big man at the time. And so now you have to eat that. You decided to say that. I put a photo next to it. That's all I did. That's all I did.
You put a photo of what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I put a photo next to the words.
You were breaking up as I was driving.
And Paris Fitzgerald is right. They are in serious rebellion. And that's the spirit of godless worship. Because stubbornness is to idolatry, and rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. It wants to be in control to the chagrin of the divine masculine.
I put a word, all I did was put a photo next to what you said. That's it. Of your daughter and your wife. That was a choice that you decided to make. So that's what I'm saying. Like you try to play this. No. You try to play this good guy, bad guy role, right? You decided to put your family on the internet. Then you decided to also play the bad guy role and say, you know what, guys?
Yes, and this is another thing that you goofy niggas get. Shout out to Shakanulu who said, and let this be a lesson to you bullet bag. Yes, ma'am. Look, unless you're making millions and millions of dollars off YouTube, there's no point. All you niggas be, yeah, that's why I'm done camming up. I don't give a fuck. That's you niggas showing your whole life on the internet and all type of shit. And when they get used against you, you be like, oh my God. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You damn right. We're just gonna laugh at you niggas because this shit cannot be taken serious no more. So when you do this, somebody said it earlier, yes, your whole life becomes content. And then especially when you team up with these hoes and try to think you're gonna call them a bitch and a hoe and think they're gonna still continue to, you know, act like it's all cool, nigga, and watch you get the money and run off. Niggas still think these hoes is dumb, man. Let's go.
And you're talking to a group of men. You're talking to an audience of men, as if your daughter is not going to go out here and have to deal with those same men that you're talking to in the way that you're talking to them. And then you're telling them, you're telling them, oh, the black woman is a bigger enemy than the white man.
Oh, yeah. Now you got to, yeah. The black woman, including your wife and your daughter, is a bigger enemy than the white man. Explain that. Charge number 3. We already found you guilty of the other ones. Charge number 3, nigga. You must answer for this statement right here. This nigga in China, they got the Chinese legal system on the. He can't even talk, nigga. It's just your social credit score. Shout out to Shakanulu. He says, and let this be a lesson to you, bullet bag. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Old country boy. Yeah, supporting these hoes is a big mistake. Yeah, it's too late now. They here. They here and they taking over. All the quote unquote men of this sector are always bowing down to these fucking hoes. Continuously, all of them.
That's what you decided.
No, I didn't say that. You misquoted me. I said the black woman has been a bigger.
I did not misquote you.
You
Don't
did.
Do that.
Don't
do that. Don't do that.
You did. I said the black woman has been a bigger enemy to black men than white people.
No, you
And
said
that
the
is a
white
fact,
men.
because
you said the white men. You did not say
white men. Okay, white men. But I said has been a bigger enemy to black men than white men.
No,
specifically,
you said
and that
R.
is true.
You said R. A-R-E. You said R.
And I stand on that.
Okay, so then why is your daughter and your wife off limits?
Off limits to you having a conversation about them?
They're a part. No, they're.
Now keep in mind, Anton Daniels the other day said my glasses cost more than your daughter. Okay, you know what I'm saying? My glasses cost more than your daughter. That's what Anton Daniels said. So your daughter ain't off limits, whoever he's talking to, but his is. All right. Nah, don't he wants fairness from everybody else.
Now imagine if Anton said, okay, fine. And if JR says, fine. What we're going to do next, we're going to bring women from other cultures on our panel or black women from other countries. Then they will be accusing them of hatred or colorism towards black women. So you can't win, because if they stop using and putting black women, American women on their show, they're going to find something else to accuse them of or blame them for. So you can't win, guys. You cannot win. Will some or many, not all, there's some decent sisters, but sadly many modern women, white or black. But since I'm black, we're talking about black women.
Right? It is what it is. Shout out to Auntie, man. He said he created this monster. Yes. Niggas create these monsters when they big these hoes up, give them all the praise. And then when these hoes platform get to a certain level and they start, turncoat. Niggas want to play dumb. Same formula. Shout out to Billing Slave Meister. He said Anton's bitch made just the fact he going back and forth. No, let him do it. Let him do it. This is good entertainment. Now I told these niggas stop arguing with these hoes a long time ago. Nope. They gonna keep doing it, so we're gonna keep laughing at it. We're gonna keep cleaning up. Fuck it. As long as they get on here and look stupid and look weak, because this is, make no mistake, this is a life lesson. All right. Do not argue with hoes. Do not argue with women. There's nothing to argue about. Either she gonna fuck with you or not. All right. Because this shit is just an endless cyclone. It never stops. Do not argue. This is basic red pill 101. But since we didn't strayed away from that so much, now we just gotta laugh at this shit. Shout out to CJOJ said, did you see / play the clip of Anton cursing out a woman and saying black women are the biggest enemy to black men? Can't you give Yanni some credit? She's pretty sharp. Look, I'm not giving nobody credit. We're talking about what's going on. What's going on right now is this Yanni girl is checking the fuck out of Anton Daniels. I don't care who's writing that. What's going on right now is he getting checked. All right. I don't care about black women, their plight, or who's an enemy. All right. You know, that's not my, I don't give a shit. I don't care about that stuff. I'm talking about he's trying to pull that card while trying to have an audience of black women. I'm saying that's not gonna fly. All right. That's what this is about. Let's go.
We are black women. You can't separate them from the collective.
I do. I separate black women all the time. I'll give you an example.
Separate black women from the collective.
I'll give you an example.
You cannot make a generalized. No, you cannot make a general.
Yeah, bitch talking about give credit. What the fuck? This ain't class. The fuck is? What the fuck is bitch talking about give credit? But anyway, let me shout out to Old Country Boy. He said they are the biggest enemy. He said he's funding. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, oxymoron. That's this nigga's fault. If they're the biggest enemy, why the fuck you keep boosting their platforms up and arguing with them and giving them the time of day? Shout out to Old Country Boy. Said CJ hit the door, you in the wrong place. Y'all niggas crazy. Y'all niggas crazy. Anyway, let me get to this.
Generalized statement like that, and then try to separate your daughter and your wife from that generalized statement. You are.
Oh no, I separate a lot of women from it. Like
that's
for example,
not what you decided to do when you said what you
like
said.
For example,
you made a statement that included your wife and your daughter.
Oh no, it's always anomalies. It's always gonna be an anomaly. Like one of the anomalies that I believe in is Crimson Cure. I had Crimson Cure here. I treated her like gold. I had her in the best hotels. I made sure that she had a driver. We loved on her. We treated her. We never allowed for her to even pull her wallet out. I think that Crimson Cure, quite possibly.
Yo, I can't. Why is the nigga always name dropping? Yo, what if we got Crimson Cure was loving on her? Yo, he better hope Crimson Cure husband don't hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? He better hope Crimson Cure husband don't hear that. You know, so what you mean you was loving on my wife? Yo, you know, you never know. You don't know. These niggas out here willing to die about it. This nigga has no self-awareness. Yeah, this married woman who was loving on her. You better hope if she wear a turban, you know, she might have one of the militant ass Muslim husbands. He might, you know, you better be careful. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say they swingers. Oh, y'all niggas. Oh man.
Could be one of the
shout out to 7A. He said he's so rich, but poor people problems. Houseway. It is what it is.
Most beautiful souls and an example that black women should look up to. As a matter of fact, I did an interview with her. I had her on a panel. We exalted her. We praised her. But I'm sure that y'all missed all that part too, right? Because in the same way that you want to acknowledge the stuff that we hold women accountable for, you should also acknowledge the stuff that we give women credit for also.
No, see, these niggas always want brownie points with the sisterhood. Well, we praised you. We said black women are good mothers. No, they don't give a fuck. They worried about the bad shit you did. They don't care. What about all the stuff I did for women? I donated to domestic shelters. I fed the homeless. I fed homeless single mothers. Yeah, nigga, but you called us a bitch. That's all they care about. Making you look bad. This is a power move. They don't give a fuck about the good you done. You don't get brownie points.
And so I'm gonna hold that too.
Again,
right?
your poor treatment does not make up for your good treatment.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Oh, I sent 100 young black ladies through college and paid all their scholarships in college in full. Your good treatment It doesn't matter, nigga. Man, niggas still ain't learned with this shit. Let's go.
No, you need to hold accountable to women and what they say.
Your poor treatment that you tend to give women, right? And then you turn around and you gift them with this, you gift them with that, you do this. It does not make up for what you did before.
I'm not making up for. I'm not making up for nothing.
Like every time I mention, no. Every time I mention something about holding you accountable when it comes to your behavior, then you go into, but I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I
want you to keep the same energy on both sides. Don't just paint it one way. I want you to keep the same energy on.
Here we go, nigga. Expecting fairness from hoes. These niggas still expecting women to be these noble ass, fair creatures. Not even paying attention to society. These niggas with lack of self-awareness still expecting into the modern woman that they talk about to be these fair, noble creatures. Dumb shit. All right. Niggas should know the deal by now. Shout out to Ambitious Hustler. He said, Anton finna never learn. Stop arguing with 3 or 4. Oh, no, he wants them to be fair and noble and logical. Like a man. Even though they always talk about men and women are different. Let's go.
Both sides.
I'm looking at the bigger picture.
I said that I'm willing to be held accountable.
It doesn't
but
make
I'm saying
sense.
though, when you hold people accountable, you also give credit for the good and you give credit for the bad. You paint the whole picture. You can't just say it on one way because you creating a narrative, right? I don't pick and choose who comes on the panel, right? There's plenty of women that I've had on the panel that
I said waiting on that Teach commercial interruption to help Anton now. What is it? Y'all niggas wild as shit. Shout.
And that's why men are so against women coming on men's platform. But guys, this is what happens. The message and the mission gets lost in the translation of the greater purpose. And once again, only a woman that's disciplined, that knows her nature, can control her emotions, is worthy in men's spaces. Most women in America, men and women, were not raised under strong masculine guidance or leadership. That's why they don't respect masculinity. This woman is checking this man by telling this man how to run his channel. And I got a problem with that because this is Anton's channel. And he should have a right to run his channel the way he want to run his channel.
The Anton said hashtag they know, hashtag they don't care. Yes. Shout out to Soft Sands. You said this is supposed to be manhood though. LOL, yeah, right. No, this is what this is how it's supposed to be, man. Let's go. This is what's standing on your. This is a benevolent dictatorship. Let's go.
I've never gotten into it with, right? But then you only pay attention to the things that bothers or triggers you, regardless of whether or not the woman did something to warrant it or not. And sometimes I may be wrong as a result of it. And I'll own that shit. I'll own being wrong when I'm wrong. But at the same time, all I'm saying is,
not one time. You have not owned it. Not
I did.
one
I said
time.
I'll be accountable for the things that I'm wrong about.
No, you have not owned it.
The
not
two
one
examples
time.
that you use.
You have not owned it. Not one time throughout this entire
The two
life.
examples that you use.
Anton,
I
why
was
do I
not
have
wrong.
to raise my voice at you? Why?
Ooh, why the fuck I gotta do son in that nigga? Like a 6-year-old in the candy store. Why I gotta raise my voice at you? You ain't said sorry not once on this motherfucking stream, bitch ass nigga. Why the fuck do I gotta raise my voice? Say sorry, hoe ass bitch. That's basically what she. Man, this is insane. This is insane. It's crazy.
Why do I
Why
have
would
to
you
raise
raise your
my
voice at me?
you just so I can get out
Why would you raise your voice at me?
what I need to say? That's why women don't need to go on the panel. This is why they need to stay off the Peep Network.
That's their
because
choice.
We can't.
I don't have
even
a problem
speak.
with them choosing not to. I don't have a problem listen, if a woman decides that she don't want to come on the panel, that is up to her. I have no problem with that. I'm not telling you that you should tell women to go on the panel. You can feel however you want to feel. That's your right. That's cool. The only thing that I'm asking of you is to remove my wife from this live stream. That's it. You can say, listen, you can call me a demon. You can call me a devil.
Why should I do that?
You can call me whatever it is.
Ooh, why should I leave your family out, hoe ass nigga? Shout out to Rory Reactions, SB Consequences, hashtag insane. Now, to be fair, I think she did end up changing the thumbnail, taking his wife off of it. But on this shit right here, she was still not giving the fuck. Let's go.
Is that you want to call me? Why should I do that? But the only thing that I'm asking you to do,
why should I do that?
Is to remove my wife from this whole conversation.
Why should I do that?
Because she's not a part of this conversation.
And I don't like the fact how she becoming indignant because he got a right to ask her to remove his wife and his daughter from it. They're not part of the conversation. That's very insensitive because you're putting innocent people into the conversation. And the fact that she's so indignant about it, it's very problematic in my opinion.
She is. You made her a part of this. You want to know why? Your behavior.
No, you're making her a part of it.
Shout out to Corey. He said anti-state. He said anti couldn't pick a side, so he's down in the middle. I appreciate you, man, for the cash app. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said, I'm calling him now. They'll meet to him soon, man. He was flying them hoes out, and I ain't gonna talk to them, man. We just talking about this goofy shit right here, man. Let's go.
Online treating black women. So she is.
You're making her a part of it. My wife is living in bliss. She's phenomenal. My wife is great. She's in a great space.
She is a part of this. She is.
So is that a no? So is that a no?
It is. It's definitely a no. Why should I do that?
That's fair. Okay, cool.
She is a part of this. You made her a part of this.
Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said he won't learn until it's too late, man. It is what it is, man. Let's go.
Okay. I got you.
So you're not going to own anything.
What would you like for me to own, Yanni?
You called a woman a monkey. You called her a woman. You called this woman a monkey. You talked about her stretch marks. You called black women bitches and hoes.
You want me to own calling black women bitches and hoes and calling her a monkey?
Yes, own that shit, nigga. Hey, real quick, everybody hit the motherfucking like, all right? If you new, subscribe. All new people subscribe. Yeah, own that shit, bitch ass nigga. All right? Because shout out to KMG. He says, Lapeef is nothing without those 3 or 4s. They need him on the panel. Women stop going on the show, they'll be dry as fuck. Exactly. That's why he got to go in here and plead these case. That's what happens when you fucking need these hoes. This is what happens when you need these hoes. You create these businesses and you need these hoes to go on the panel. Nigga, you ain't got no choice. Now you got to beg and plead that they don't fucking, start their own shit and get the niggas they really like. Let me stop. Let me get out there.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what you did.
Yeah, absolutely. I own that. I absolutely did.
Okay, so then you know why I'm doing this then, right?
Okay. I mean, that's your choice. You said that you was going to do it. I'm not going to beg you. You do what you feel you need to do.
Let me tell you guys something. In other cultures, many of our women wouldn't be alive because other cultures, men don't allow their women to disrespect or talk to them that way. And while I'm not promoting violence of any kind, when I travel abroad to Brazil and in other countries consistent with what men tell me, you won't get away with talking to men like that. And I'll leave it at that.
So that's it.
What else would you want me to say?
You're not going to apologize for the disrespect. You're not going to do you're not going to own that what you were doing out there.
When she apologizes for what she tried to do.
She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything to you.
Yes, she did. And more.
In fact, she already bad. Now keep in mind, he just said, I'm not going to apologize till she does it first. You remember that now, okay? Shout out to Ambitious Hustler. He said, surviving anti-estimation. Let me get out of there. Yeah, man. Shout out to James Hustler. He said, she sees him as a little boy. Yes. The fact that he putting up with this shit. Yeah. Shout out to Disagreeable. Who said she is a monkey and what? Shout out to Disagreeable. Yeah. Fact. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said this is a very king. Like, no, it is not. All right. I'll be damned if I let some random ass bitch. I'll be this shit crazy. It's crazy what niggas put up with in 2023. It's crazy what niggas put up with, man.
Importantly, I offered to send you the evidence. You're not trying to hear that. You don't care about that. You caping for your audience and you're not being real.
I'm not caping.
You don't want to see the other side of it.
I don't want to see the evidence. No. I don't need nobody. You can't even come on.
You don't want to see the evidence.
What they was doing saying I'm capable. You don't know.
No, she don't want to see the evidence. They don't give a fuck. You're guilty. Damn, that's what you don't. They don't give a fuck. You're a man. You're guilty, and they don't want to see the evidence. No. Man, niggas still expecting fairness and niggas still expecting due process from these hoes. No, it don't work like that. Women good, man bad. Been told you niggas this. Shout out to Traveling Man. He said anti-wife coaching in regards to these 3 or 4. Yeah. Shit crazy. Still trying to fucking be fair with these hoes. Don't work like that. She don't care. Let's go.
Me like that.
You don't want to see the evidence because you don't want to be real. You're not interested in seeing what her agenda was from the beginning.
What does that
Because
have to do with your behavior?
I have a hard
What does
time
that have to
believing-
do with your behavior, though?
It has a lot to do with it. Because
No,
if
it
you
doesn't.
came up there, if you came
You
up there
could have
with an
simply
agenda to
kicked her
sabotage,
off. You could have
If you
kicked her off and kept it moving.
you telling me, wait. So are you telling me that it doesn't matter what she was doing behind the scenes? The only thing that matters is what I said to her.
She didn't do anything to you, Anton.
How do you know, Yanni? You don't even
So
want to
you're
hear
saying
it.
that all of these women are just coming on the
No,
panel, they're
you
doing
said
all of these things
specifically
to
about
you.
that woman that I said that she had stretch marks and all of that shit. You said specifically.
So can you
that
explain
don't
to me
care.
how she set you up? Can you explain to me how she set you up?
I just told you. She literally had an agenda when she first came on.
Niggas still explaining themselves like why. Now another thing too, I don't understand why this nigga Anton always going live. I mean, I hope he's strapped. They always going live showing where his location at. Nigga, that look like your house. I'm like, what the fuck you like? I hope it's not. I hope this nigga ain't that silly. I hope this nigga ain't that silly showing his location. Nigga always showing his office. I'm worried about the nigga's safety now. Okay, the nigga is very green. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about the nigga's safety. I always showing how much, just how much money, blah, blah. I always, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. All right, let me get to it.
She recorded it on Instagram, and I literally had people sending it to me during the show that was happening, and that she was looking for the last 2 weeks to get up on the panel. JR didn't ask her to come. She asked to come to the panel. She sent us.
Then they got the crib arguing with hoes. Damn, I hope this nigga ain't walking the crib arguing with hoes. I hope this nigga ain't walking to the house. That look like a house. I don't know. I hope this nigga ain't walking to the crib arguing with hoes. That's insane, dog.
That's a request in order to get there. She knew who I was. She had been studying me for weeks, and her whole agenda was to.
The neighbors like, what the fuck's going on? The white people out there, what's going on? Now that niggas out there yelling again. I know he shouldn't have moving in him. You need to talk to the homeowner association. If they get that nigga up out of here, man. Shout out to Rob Black. It says, in the words of Ramiro, stop cutting deal with these hoes. Nah, let him let him go. Shout out to KMG. He said Anton is expecting integrity and fairness from a batch. You can't be 40 plus and be this naive. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Yes, you can. It is not just Anton.
Take me down, and then she threatened me afterwards. And you don't care nothing about that. Huh?
I mean, the way you spoke to her, I can see why she may have done that.
Oh,
but
okay.
her saying Lamborghini, that set you off? Really? That was her setting. That was her setting you
I
up.
told her she wasn't no Lamborghini. That's all I said.
Okay,
And
but
then it
how
went
does that
crazy.
set you off to go off like you did, though?
Okay, listen. I apologize for calling her a monkey and for stretch marks. I shouldn't have did that.
Oh my God, man. I'm telling you, this is what it is. All right. Niggas apologizing to hoes and shit. Dog, I'm telling you some weak ass. Now, remember he just said I'm not apologizing. Yo, these hoes is checking the fuck out these things. What that shit called? I apologize for 2004. Are you serious, man? Come on, dog. This is so sad. This is so fucking. Yo, these hoes, you ain't finna tell me hoes ain't winning. I don't give a fuck what you niggas talking about. I don't give a fuck. That's why that shit I've been stopped arguing. You ain't gonna tell me hoes ain't winning. You're not gonna tell me hoes not winning. All right. Yeah, Ruben Stutter. Yes. This nigga said, I apologize. I apologize. Take me as I. That shit was hard too. Tell me when can I see you smile again? This nigga dog again. Nigga said, I apologize. Oh, head, man, I'm telling you, man, this is so sad. Shout out to
responsibilities, and I just handle the technical aspect of things, like I told you in the very beginning of the live stream.
So he handles the technical aspect. So this is his back end shit. So once again, he got to protect his bread. He still has an interest in these hoes coming on. So he's still involved. This is his shit. He does all the technical stuff, the back end, right? Then on top of that, he's throwing other people under the bus. You got to go ask JR about that. Shit crazy. She got.
Yeah, I would have never apologized either. That man got a right to run his channel the way he want to run it, and I stand on that.
Got this nigga once again throwing other niggas under the bus.
I don't do any of that. I don't even know who coming on the panel when I come on the panel. That's a fact.
Okay.
Yeah, fact. She talking like a shareholder, like she owns some shit. Moving forward, what you niggas gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Check it, that nigga. What y'all niggas gonna do on your shit now? Shout out to DJ Cat. Like he said, he gonna go away from YouTube for privacy reasons. You niggas crazy. It would be a good idea to take a break. Shout out to KMG. He said now he about to throw JR on his bus. Yeah. If you worried about that, talk to JR. How you gonna throw your business partner? How you gonna throw your business partner under the bus like that? I don't have nothing to do with that. That's not my responsibility. Talk to JR. Man, that's so fucked up, man. These niggas are so fucked up, man. They be throwing each other under the bus. That's what I'm saying, man. That's fucked up. All right. Shout out to Jay for the cash. I appreciate you, man. He said appreciate the content. Hey, man, we just chilling. Saturday.
Responsibility for when I'm wrong. And when you say that I was off on that.
Let's be clear on what that is for a sec. You called black women bitches and hoes. Okay.
I think that there are some. Thank you, baby.
You called.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. And let me give you the context. I'm sorry. No. Here's the context. I think that there's a difference between black women and a bitch. And I think that there's a difference between a nigga and a black man. All black women is not bitches, and all bitches is not black women.
It don't work like that. It don't work like that. When it comes to these hoes, ain't none of them, they all equal, nigga. That's what you see. Y'all still think they don't separate themselves. They ain't gonna let you do it either.
And all
but
black men is not.
You do understand your audience though, right?
Say what?
You do understand your audience though, right?
No, I understand the truth.
Because the other day you got upset because some man called your
go
wife.
in and then go to the left.
Some man called your wife a bitch, and you got upset about that.
Yeah, and I addressed it with him directly.
Okay, but why did he feel comfortable calling your wife a bitch though?
Well, he only said that he said it to get back at me. He didn't say it because that's how she was acting. He never met her. He never talked to her. He never had a conversation.
Exactly. That's my point. Is that you're influencing,
and I'm not calling all black women
men to speak to women in that way.
Charge number 5, nigga. This bitch putting all these cases on the nigga. You doing this, doing that. Now you're influencing men to call women bitches. You see the standards. The standards always gonna go higher and higher when you're dealing with these hoes. You try to be. It's all. Oh, you're not doing this now. You're not doing that now. All right, so what you niggas get. You're gonna keep having to live up to these impossible. They'll just make some shit up. Shout out to Nick Tyler, said, "Say it with me, Anton. Accountability." Yeah, shout out to bro, man. He said, "Got a nuts in the vice grip and Mikey, Money, Mike, and Damon." I mean, you ain't have to describe it like that, but you know, she definitely, you know, got this nigga. This is pathetic. This is pathetic, man. It's fucking pathetic. Shout out to Peter B. He said, "Ass kissing is not the move." Well, we're gonna see.
You're influencing men to speak to black women in that way.
No, I'm influencing.
That's why he
men.
felt so comfortable calling your wife a bitch.
And what did I say? What did I say to him?
It don't matter. You're still influencing men to speak to women in that way.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm saying
you may
that
not be intentionally doing it, but you are doing it. It's me bringing the awareness to your attention. That's it.
No.
It's like, listen, if you're on a platform, your audience are a group of males, and you're using that type of language towards women, you are influencing them to speak to women in that way.
No, I disagree. And I'm going to tell you
why. Yes, that is why you got.
I'm going to tell you why I disagree. Because You can't advocate for equal. You can't advocate.
But here's the problem: women call each other the B word. So I don't understand the correlation. They call each other the B word, which I think is detestable, by the way.
Advocate for jumping on these panels, saying what some of y'all want to say to men, and then not getting the same type of energy back that a man would get if another man said it to him.
I haven't seen any of these women call you guys out your name.
Here we go. Once again, dog. Yes, falling for the trap, trying to hold these hoes to equal standards. Shout out to AM1. He said, does he even realize?
And so when a man moves a certain type of way, I got that same smoke for him as I have for women. It's the same thing. I don't differentiate it. And everybody know that there's been plenty of guys that we didn't got into it in the same way.
Shout out to Carla, who said the evidence be talking about. No, she's nothing. She's just holding him accountable. Already got this nigga apologizing. She don't got to be making sense talking about anything. She's just checking this nigga. All right, over and over.
Same way that I got into it with women.
Why do the men on the panel feel like they can't apologize publicly to the women? They have to do it behind the scenes.
Ooh, what about the other men on the panel, nigga? What about the other men on the panel? Hold them accountable too while we at it. Now that I got your bitch ass to apologize, what about the other men on? Let's kill all these birds in one stone. Yeah, give a bitch an inch, take a mile, nigga. Yeah, you should have knew this.
All right, Anton. It was nice speaking to you. At this point, it's the public's opinion at this point.
Say what?
It's the public's opinion at this point. I'm
What
still
do you mean
going
it's the public's
forward.
opinion?
I'm still
I ain't looking
gonna
at
move
no
forward.
chat. I don't know what nobody else saying. I'm talking to you.
I understand that, but again, like I said, I brought attention to the treatment that's going on the Lapeef network. I don't like what's going on over there. It's very disrespectful. Women are not being treated in the way that I feel they should be treated, and it's just really that simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you for coming up here. And
Well, wait, I got a question for you.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Guilty. You've been found guilty.
What's the question?
Are you going to remove my wife out of this conversation?
Why should I do that? Why should I do that?
You literally.
Ooh, play it again, nigga. So yeah. You apologize, and she still says she ain't removing the white picture. Now, to be fair, I think later on she did take it off, but just for the time being, you did get played for that time right there, because she still got your ass once again. Got you to lay your cards down first. You know, hoes got niggas laying it all on the line first. Then maybe I'll abide by the terms. Maybe I'll follow the agreement. Shit crazy, man. Now she just playing with this nigga. She just straight up. Yo, these hoes be playing with these niggas, but they just be fucking just. They really be seeing how far they can take it with these niggas, bro. This shit is sad. Shout out to Deshaun Cole, man. I appreciate you, man. Salute. Shout out to Tech Ray, who said they only have standards for men they don't want. Her body count still treats her like the 3 or 4 she is, and she still busted open. Yeah, as we already know, we're witnessing all that shit in real time. All right. Damn.
Said that why should you do it based off of the fact that I don't take accountability? I took accountability and you still ain't doing it.
No,
I took accountability. What's going on? I took accountability. I apologize for calling her a monkey.
I think the only reason why you even apologize half-ass is because you want me to remove your wife.
No, I'm not apologizing for that. I'm apologizing based off of the fact that you made a point that I felt like could possibly be right, and so I'm
gonna be real with you, Anton. I don't think your apology was genuine. I don't. I think it was.
Ooh, damn. Still playing his bitch. Yo, yeah, y'all right. Just playing with her fool. That shit wasn't genuine. It's not enough. It's never enough, dog. But it's funny watching these niggas trying to please these hoes when you never gonna please these hoes. Period.
Manipulated. I think it was manipulated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that was it. I just think it was manipulative. I'm not buying your apology. It's just to save your ass.
And never enough, man. When you do come in good faith, it's never enough. But he got the right to do what's best for him. I will never apologize. I don't owe no damn woman no apology. Men do what they want to do. I will never apologize. It is what it is. That's his channel. I respect Anton, but I will never apologize.
For the time being, and then next week you're gonna be the bad guy again. That's what I think.
I'm not even on the panel anymore anyways. But
It
regardless,
doesn't matter. Like it.
Ooh, trying to disassociate himself. Please leave the people alone. I'm not even on the panel no more. Shout out to Auntie. Said, "How about you, man? Really? No, we get this. Yes. All right. How about you, man? Get checked by these hoes online and get told how to run their own business by these hoes and shit. You better not have black women on there. You better not let them. Shit, crazy.
It doesn't matter. You do these recaps and then you create a recap the next day and you still.
Ooh, don't even react to the panel, nigga. Don't even do no reactions. Ooh, shit. She on this nigga like a shark. Well, yeah, you might not be on the panel, but you do reaction videos. Ooh. She not playing with this nigga, dog. She don't want this nigga to do anything. Yo, I'm telling you, man. Trying to cancel this nigga. Shout out to Old Country Boy. Said he should have consulted with Angry Man before the. We'll leave that one alone. Let's go.
Talk about these women though.
listen. I guess.
So why should I not talk about your wife? Why should I not talk about your wife when you get to talk about all of these different women and disrespect them? I'm not even doing this live to disrespect your wife. That's not why I created
I ain't talking about the disrespect. I'm talking about removing her name, period. But
no. But you get to sit up and disrespect people. You get to disrespect women, and then your wife is supposed to be off limits. That's not how it works.
No, listen. You are more than willing to do exactly what you want to do.
Say, yeah, your wife ain't off limits. Now she just as ruthless as these niggas. Now, once again, you know, when the nigga talk about Anton's family, you know, he got all, you know, smoke in the world, you know what I'm saying? But on this one, he seemed to be copping please. Shout out to Old Country Boy. He said Kevin Samuels rolling in his grave. Yeah, Kevin Samuels. Yo, man, I wonder what Kevin Samuels will be thinking while watching it. Kevin Samuels will probably be doing the same shit. Shout out to Cigar. He said Nicki Minaj punked Kevin Samuels, and now Yanni is punking Anton. Yeah, niggas don't know when they getting disrespected. And you're right, Nicki Minaj did punk Kevin Samuels. All you guys are saying the same thing Kevin Samuels is saying, eat a dick. He said he ain't say shit. Nigga just sat there with his glasses, hands folded, just glad to be on the live. And niggas do not know when they getting disrespected, dog. That's why that Just Pearly thing situation happened. Shout out to Traveler Man. He said, I'm about to head to the farm and cop some dry age steaks for the low. Treat yourselves, black men, because the world treats you like lunch. Well, I don't know. Well, I know he getting treated like lunch right now. I know that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is it was a polite request. I don't know if I've ever even had a conversation with you specifically before. But if you choose not to, that's cool. I'm all for that. I'm with it.
All right. You have a nice day.
You too, babe.
Damn. After getting disrespected.
All right, guys. I'm going to show you guys something about the power of the craft and also what I was talking about when it comes down to goddess worship. I'm about to show you guys something. Hold tight. Because you guys are going to see what I'm talking about, and you're going to see that it's real. The power of the craft is goddess worship. It's when men bow down to the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is predicated into witchcraft. So hold tight. I'm about to show it to you guys. Hold tight. All right. I want you guys to look at this woman, and we're going to talk about how makeup is tied to goddess worship. You guys going to see a correlation. So get yourself tied up because it looks dark. But look at this woman.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. I've been walking.
And guys, that's how they get you. They get you to do cosmetics. In the past, cosmetics was seen as witchcraft because it was to allure you and to keep you under their spell. And you see it for yourself. You guys see it for yourself. It's a way to get you under their spell. These women are practicing real black magic, there, men. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. Now, watch this.
Even here one time. Passing me by. Then in the night, burn up my judgmental eye.
And some of these women that are pro-black are also into goddess worship. It goes back to the Orishas. That's goddess worship because it saw the man in the Orishas as an agent or an enemy towards the woman. And you have to look at the story of it to understand it. But they are strongly into witchcraft. And it's increasing, man. So be alert, be on cue, man, because they are practicing now. Hold tight.
Precious is high. Been so cold, go with my own. I know. Fear. I am flesh, bones. I am skin.
Once again, guys, this is tied to goddess worship. You guys have seen the correlation of makeup, seduction, and the spirit of Jezebel always make the masculine bow. And that's why you should never apologize. You should take on the spirit of Jehu. Jehu was a righteous man. He never bowed down to Jezebel. He actually destroyed her. And the prophets of Yahweh killed Jezebel or deleted Jezebel because she was a wicked woman.
So, I am human. Nothing more than human. I am sweat, flaws. I am veins.
All right, you guys see what I'm talking about. Now let's look at this, because this is what they're doing, gentlemen. They're practicing dark magic, crystals, candles, incantations, hexes, and black girl magic is tied to control and the aggrandizement of the divine or so-called divine feminine.
The entire universe is on your side and rooting for you to get what you want. You just have to relax and stop throwing the hissy fit that you're not getting what you want right this minute. In other words, that's the thing that's going wrong with so many of you. You so want what you want, and you innately know that you should get it, and when you're not getting it, there's this feeling of injustice that is so pervasive that it makes you just sort of freak out. And you just gotta freak out less frequently, and not be so hard on yourself when you do it, and then remind yourself, everyone is on my side. In other words, the source, the resources, it's all coming together for me because my life is supposed to go well and things are supposed to be good for me and life is supposed to be fun and I am supposed to feel ease and things are supposed to.
And God, this is part of alchemy. Alchemy is the forging of metals, but also love potions and spells. This is the forging of alchemy. And this is what some actually use to get you under their spell. The problem with women now, guys, they're not trying to hide what they're doing. They're doing it right before your eyes. And you got to be real careful. You got to be prayed up. And whether or not you believe in God or not, I do in Christ. And you have to bind up the strong man, which is the demonic. Women use makeup and they use lust to get you under their spell. Once they get you under their spell, then they have you under a stronghold. Because remember, rebellion is as witchcraft and stubbornness is to idol worship. You guys see where I'm coming from. If you look at this woman, that's a goddess. That's why you should never call a woman a goddess, because what you are doing, you are affirming the deity that operates behind that woman. When you call a woman a goddess, you don't know if that woman has a demonic spirit operating behind her. The great teacher Paul said behind every idol is a demonic spirit. Demons hide behind objects and ornaments in order to get worship. They get worshiped by the power and the light that you give them. So you don't know if an entity or a channel is behind women when you call them a goddess. I don't call women goddesses because what you're doing, you are affirming that spirit or the spirit of narcissism that's behind them. That's goddess worship, which goes against the masculine. And that's more like the Orishas. That's the god Oshun, I believe. Oshun, the goddess Oshun. She is the goddess of the divinity, femininity, beauty, and love. And Oshun had a problem with and she is a Yoruba deity, and that's from Nigeria. So it looks like the deity Oshun consistent in the Nigerian culture. Oshun themes are divination and love. Her symbols are flowing water and seashells and amber beads. As I said before, guys, a lot of these women that are in the pro-black movement, some of them are into earth worship and witchcraft. And I know this because I know some women that are part of it. And remember, these women are always controlled by the serpent because the serpent knows that the woman is susceptible to dark energy. All right, let me show you guys something else. So tight.
So you don't do curses or hexes or anything? No, it's just like not something I'm like into. I just like prefer not to. So how do you stop people from
You know she has a crystal on her neck. They believe that you can channel energy through crystals.
fucking with you? Like if you don't hex or curse them? Oh, I'll beat their ass. You'll what? I'll beat your ass. So you won't use magic to fuck with people?
And look at her name, guys. It proves my point. Look at her name, guys, right here. Her name is Oshun Lashan. Oshun, once again, guys, is a goddess deity. She calls herself Oshun Lashan. That's a goddess deity. That's why I don't call women goddess, because many times it's tied to narcissism and it's tied to earth worship and witchcraft. I don't call women goddess.
But you will beat their ass, yeah. Like I'll beat your ass any day of the week, just. So you don't do curses or hexes or anything? No, it's just like not something I'm like into. I just like prefer not to. So how do you stop people from fucking with you? Like if you don't hex or curse them? Oh, I'll beat their.
All right, let me show you this. This was the one that Guapo had. This woman is a witch, guys. This woman is a witch. This is the one that Guapo. And some of you are dealing with women like this, and you don't even know it. A lot of darkness behind this woman. Women wearing these ambulances, that might be the Eye of Horus or the all-knowing eye, which tied into the occult. Look what she's saying. Get an egg, MF, with rainwater, get it, run the egg raw over your body, cry if you need to put it in your chest. Begin meditation and astral projection. or astral travel protected. That's tied to the egg symbolizes fertility. And that's what you're dealing with, man. Them the B word, but they call themselves B. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man.
Witchcraft is all around you, as you have to recognize it.
Witchcraft. When people try to control you or intimidate you or instill fear.
Listen what this woman said. When people try to control you or intimidate you, once again, that's witchcraft. When you bow down to women, then you are under their spell, and that's witchcraft. That's why you should never say you're sorry if you think you haven't done nothing wrong. That's bound to the spirit of witchcraft.
Within you, this is a form of witchcraft. You know those little nail shops you like go to, and as soon as you walk in there, they trying to get you to get more than what you even came in there for. These are witches. Carlocks, another place where warlocks rule. Witches and warlocks. Like, it's just certain places that you have to, you know what I'm saying? You really have to have your A game on. I'm just telling you. These be skilled witches. Very skilled. And it's like you got to be on point with your stuff. I'm like, it's the reason why the Lord told us to be wise as serpents too now, okay?
Witchcraft is all around you, as you have to recognize.
All right. Now, this is one by Shay Sade, and then we're going to wrap it up in a minute. Listen what Shay said, and she's correct.
As the economy is changing, Black women are getting evicted. Relationships are tanking. Less people are getting married. There's less support economically.
Listen what Shay said. She's correct. Listen.
As the economy is changing, Black women are getting evicted. Relationships are tanking. Less people are getting married. There's less support economically, stress and anxiety. It's interesting how now you see women turning to different spirituality that essentially makes them feel as if they are in control. When she was talking, she mentioned something about creating different potions that bring, prosperity and goodwill and merit and all these different things. And so they're basically doing these different rituals as a way to try to combat, negative things that they're maybe experiencing in day-to-day life. And imagine a lot of women are doing this as a way to cope and as a way to try to manage the stress of everyday life. It seems like a grasp of women basically trying to gain control in areas where they feel out of control, but doing it outside of structure, doing it outside of accountability, doing it outside of really anything that may require them to be self-reflective. As the economy is changing.
All right. This is the last point before we finish up. This is the last point, guys, before we finish up. But you guys are seeing what I'm saying. You guys are getting my drift. But it's real. Any woman you got dealing with tarot cards, that's a sign of witchcraft. This is the last one, and then I'm going to read the part about makeup.
That worker that you paid to put that love spell on that guy, you're going to have to keep doing more and more and more to keep him there. Because one day he's going to just beating you because he's not there by his own volition.
Can you please let me close the door? Can you stop?
For real, Rosie?
Why are you doing this? I've asked you numerous times to stop.
Because you feel for your safety, right?
Because I want you to stop.
Now you're setting me up, right?
No.
Look, this poor man been spellbound. It looked like this woman put a spell on him. And guys, you got to be careful, man. Some of these women are wicked because he could be spellbound.
Actually been itching to cover this topic. See, a lot of folk done started their spiritual journey on social media. And while ain't nothing wrong with that, A lot of people didn't know what they were getting into, and then they got their ass in some shit. It's all fun and games being a Bruja and a starseed until the responsibility of universal law comes in. What do I mean by that? Well, the spiritual world is governed by universal law. So, unlike the misconception of many people in religion, there are rules. And the universe can only work with the current frequency that you are on. Why is this important? Because if you are vibrating low, that is what you are going to attract. How do you know if you're vibrating low? You got to get really, really real about your shit. If you are in a state of depression, if you are filling up voids, if you have unhealed trauma, if you are coming from a place of scarcity, baby, you're vibrating low. And the universe is going to align you to an equal magnetic equivalent. Also, y'all be so worried about your man putting hard eyes on a girl's comments and what she got that I don't got, and operating from a place of insecurity, right? Not knowing the whole time your man used other women as a distraction for his demons. Not that I condone it, but I'm just telling you what it is. And next thing you know, once he becomes attached to you, all hell break loose. Mother wound showing, self-hatred showing, low self-worth showing. Sis, you manifested a whole ass demon. Y'all stay safe out here.
All right, guys, so this is the last point before we end the stream. You guys are getting my drift, but I'm going to show you guys how women use also makeup as the form of witchcraft. Hold tight. This is the last part, and then we're going to end it. And thank you guys for tuning in. So let's talk about witchcraft and goddess worship. A lot of women use makeup to seduce men. They use makeup to seduce men. Just like I'm sure in the past, Jezebel used makeup. And some use it in excess. We're not talking about minimally, but many use it in excess. So we're going to talk witches and the connection between makeup and magic, because that's how your power is compromised. In 1770, a law was passed by the British Parliament condemning lipstick due to an association with witchcraft. The law stated women who seduce men into marriage through the use of cosmetics could be found guilty of sorcery, because what it does, it allures, it seduces, and it augments the image of a man. Witchcraft is about control and rebellion. There's no actual law of evidence being proposed, especially because of the witchcraft law of 1735, which prevented people from accusing others of witchcraft. When negated, still others, some people who are anti-makeup might argue that wearing it is an act of deception and sorcery. A lot of these women you see in these spaces, guys, they took that witchcraft, that makeup off, or what some call fake up. You will not be mesmerized by nothing, because many don't have natural beauty. Many use makeup to seduce, but also many use makeup to hide their insecurities. And truth be told, they're not far off. Makeup, especially with today's technology advances and talented artists, can be used as a tool, not only of transforming a person's appearance, but changing their mood while feeling inspired of power and confidence. It doesn't sound like an occult spell. What does? Remember this also, guys. Remember this also. The filters that women have on cell phones as part of goddess worship is used to distract you from your purpose. And once it distracts you from your purpose, they got you. You guys see the pentagram, you see the eyelashes, the fake eyelashes. That's part of witchcraft. When a woman is truly an advocate, she does not have to dress up like that to convey a message. She's a modest woman if she's a virtuous woman. To follow this notion, we can turn the origin of the word glamour, which means magic enhancement or witchery. If you've seen The Craft, you might recall the scene in which Sarah transformed into a redhead, from a redhead to a blonde in the blink of an eye, as obvious as the 90s. While glamour spells or spells associated with beauty are performed by modern day witches, magic unfortunately doesn't work the same sensational Hollywood-esque way. Can you imagine no more hours spent in a salon to go from dark hair to platinum? Depending on the witch and her practice, beauty spells and magical treatments can range from the aforementioned glamour spells to drawing a sigil or magic symbol in your eyeshadows palette to a kitchen witch whipping up on bell scrubs using essential oils and herbs to celebrate the new moon. The last one doesn't sound so different from a day spa. Queen Elizabeth, who probably was not a witch, reportedly believed that lipstick had healing powers so strong that it could also ward off death. Unfortunately, old Liz didn't have Kat Von D lipples or the testing that comes with modern day cosmetics. So the rouge she caked on her lips every day contained dangerous ingredients like lead, which may have contributed to her death. But she was sort of right. There is healing magic in lipstick. For me, red lipstick is powerful as rose quartz. They both invert feelings of strength and self-love. That's why I collect massive amounts of both. Modern day beauty products incorporate many of the same herbs that witches have been using for centuries. For example, rose petals can be used in love spells. Did you hear that, guys? A common ingredient in cosmetics and fragrances. Honey, another frequent love spell ingredient, is everywhere in skincare from Laura Mercier to pharmacy beauty. And when you think about cosmetic mixtures such as skin ink serum from Sephora and gold fleck Farsali elixir that was all over you in an instant feed a few months ago are pretty much magical potions. So you guys are getting it. It's tied to witchcraft. I'm not going to really do all of this. Hold tight. I'm not going to redo all of this. Let me finish reading this part here and then I'm going to end it. So the question asks, how did you start practicing witchcraft? I began exploring witchcraft on my own when I was around the age of 9 or 10. I would read many books for hours on witchcraft, spirituality, and meditation as a teenager. And I began to study and read the tarot for myself and eventually my friends. Essentially, I have always been fascinated with the unseen and being a very sensitive child, just not knowing but feeling that something else exists outside of the physical senses. I still rely on the heightened sensitivity and intuition because the feminine is in touch with nature. And that's why the serpent deceived the woman. What is your relationship to makeup like? I absolutely love beauty rituals, cosmetics, and fragrance. I love everything about the power of transformation and the art of adornment. Using cosmetics for me are like ritual tools. You can literally transform yourself into anything you like to be. I began collecting rare and very obscure vintage beauty books many years ago. Most people don't know that I'm a licensed esthetician and I worked in Hollywood as a professional makeup specialist using FX makeup artist. My fondest memories as a child were of my mother getting glamorous and doing her hair and makeup in front of a beauty vanity table. So once again, makeup is used for the adornment, but as you guys can see, it's also tied to witchcraft. They use it in witchcraft. And it's not just a black thing, guys. Many women are using it because the churches don't have the power anymore, because many men have been compromised and manipulated. to say the least. So listen, guys, be hyper vigilant. Be hyper vigilant as you continue to move forward. Know what you're dealing with. Know the women that you're dealing with. And if you sense anything that goes outside the norm, either you pray or you move forward or you don't deal with these women at all. A lot of these women are under the influence, some of these women, these spaces, knowingly or unknowingly, of rebellion and witchcraft, because it's about control and rebellion. So I'm going to end this stream, guys, and thank you guys for tuning in on tonight. Thank you, brothers, for tuning in. Yeah, you're right, Chris. You got to put on the armor of God, brother. You're right, brother. You are 100% Chris Norwood. But listen, guys, we're going to end the stream on tonight. I hope you guys get the gist. I hope you guys get the gist of the conversation. Many of these women are under the spell of seduction. But as we continue to move forward, guys, consistent with the late, great Bishop Charles E. Williams, many men are going back to Zion. They're going back to Zion, and they're leaving Babylon. Zion is that special place where men can be free, and where men can fly like birds, or they can fly like birds or eagles upon the highest heights of the mountaintop. They're leaving Babylon and going to Zion because they're asking themselves, can these dead bones live? We're about to sign off, guys. And thank you guys for tuning in. And consistent with the great late Charles E. Williams, the spirit of truth will always win over lies and deception.
Then said he unto me,
Then the Lord said unto me,
Prophesy unto the wind.
Preach unto the wind.
Prophesy, son of man.
Preach, son of man.
And say to the wind.
And say to the wind.
Thus saith the Lord God.
Thus saith the Lord God.
Come from the four winds.
Come from the north, south, east, and west.
O breath.
O breath.
And breathe upon these slain.
And breathe upon these dead bodies.
That they may live.
That they may live.
So I prophesied as he commanded me.
So I preached as the Lord commanded me.
And the breath came into them.
And breath came into them.
And they lived.
And they lived.
And stood up upon their feet.
And they stood upon their feet.
An exceeding great army.
An exceeding great army.
That wind, and preach to the east wind, and preach to the west wind, and tell the wind to blow on these bodies. And the preacher started preaching, said all winds, all four winds, said blow on these bodies that they may live. And when the preacher started preaching, the wind started blowing, and all of those dead bodies.
Then said he unto me,
Then the Lord said unto me,
Prophesy unto the wind.
Preach unto the wind.
Prophesy, son of man.
Preach, son of man.
And say to the wind.
And say to the wind.
Thus saith the Lord God.
Thus saith the Lord God.
Come from the four winds.
Come from the north, south, east, and west.
O breath.
O breath.
And breathe upon these slain.
And breathe upon these dead bodies.
That they may live.
That they may live.
So I prophesied as he commanded me.
So I preached as the Lord commanded me.
And the breath came into them.
And breath came into them.
And they lived.
And they lived.
And stood up upon their feet.
And they stood upon their feet.
An exceeding great army.
An exceeding great army.
That wind, and preach to the east wind, and preach to the west wind, and tell the wind to blow on these bodies. And the preacher started preaching, said all winds, all four winds, said blow on these bodies that they may live. And when the preacher started preaching, the wind started blowing, and all of those dead bodies, they came alive. The Bible said, and they stood up on their feet, an exceeding great army. But I heard the preacher said to them, you've been here long enough. You've been down in Babylon long enough. You've been dead and dry long enough. You've been separated long enough. Now let's come out of this valley. Let's go back to Zion. I heard him said, follow me. It's time now for a new beginning. A Enough is enough. It's time for a new beginning. Come on and follow me. I heard them singing and they started to Jerusalem. We are marching to Zion.
Before there was the Manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was. I was that Sigma male crying out in the wilderness for justice and equality for those that are downtrodden and broken, those that are voiceless. I was the kosher clinician before I was the kosher clinician on the internet. My plight and my war cry for justice and humanity is nothing fake, but I've always been kosher. And sit back and get this kosher fun. Hello everyone. Is there equality in America, fact or fantasy? First of all, I would like to salute all fellow human beings and most graciously those who are beacons of light for justice and righteousness. To vocally explain the tenets of equality, fact or fantasy, I must begin with the combination of two alphabets, I and F, which spells if. There's no respect of person, but gives protection to all of them that fear him. So therefore I ask you this profound and non-scholastic question. If there was equality in America, will I be standing here today? You decide, fact or fantasy. All right.
This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician.
Fire for your mind. The kosherclinician.
If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, asking fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women, clipping babies pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Nah, I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. But baby, it's you. Lie like a rat, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you. forever, and I would never. Yeah. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. But baby, it's you. Lie like a ride, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you. Your parade, shine, you can't shit, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the day. So I never saw your face. Hey, please, what do I have to do to make you? It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just pull it out and count for nothing when I'm feeling great. Give my baby little more just to spend it, and I'm always on go, I don't hesitate. Used to always know I make it, yeah. I'll be me until I'm in the grave, yeah. See my record, had to set it straight, yeah. I made to kill like 10 times 10. I got wires coming in, some in euros, some in sec, some in dollars, some in yen. I've been trying to keep my zen, keep my cool. Trying to keep the family fed, get my food. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. Did it, do it. I did it all, no gimmicks. I did it all, no civics. Now I got all these children, now I got all these clones. Now I got all you twinning, now I got all you thinking like all you winning. They tried to count me out, they tried to fill that doubt. They tried to ride my wig, they tried to knock me out. They tried to count my wins, they tried to show my L's. They tried to make me in, they tried, but where they now? Where they? Step in the spot and they stare at me. All of these battles will bear me. I swear that nothing compares to me. Feeling blessed, I won't stress. Beat the odds, you know the rest. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend.
Fire for your mind. Kosher Clinician.